Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are back live with a debate show. We are here, people, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying to you? Let's get the first 100 likes up ASAP. Let's get the algorithm popping on a Friday night. We're here, man. Storm, whatever it is, but we're still locked in. And we're going to be discussing United's best 11. What is United's best 11? Who fits in? Who doesn't fit in? And today we are going to talk about it with the brothers. We got Ash in the building. Ash, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, all good. Saeed, yourself?
Yep, all good. Can't complain, man. Can't complain.
Yeah.
Big up to Staffy. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, I've been on the Polar Express today. That was fun. I missed your message a little bit earlier, but yeah, no, that was a madness starting in the rain and the. Yeah,
where did you come from? Where was it from? Like
Alton, it was Alton, near Alton Towers.
Yeah.
So it was a little ride on a train, and it was all. I don't know if you've ever seen the film, but they was doing the hot chocolate, and it was doing all. Santa came on, and all the kids loved it. They buzzed off it. So that's all that matters. And yeah, I had a good time, man.
Yeah, big up, man. Minna shouting you out there, Staffy, man. You know what I'm saying to you. Hit the
real, recognize real, bro. That's all it is.
Yeah, big up to you, Staffy. How you doing, man? How's New York, man? Or how's New Jersey, should I say?
I was technically in New York the other day with the Arsenal game. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You know what's crazy, Said? I was in New York. I drove home to Jersey to find snow. So there was no snow in New York. I drove and I found snow at home.
Wow.
That's how crazy it is. But yeah, it's freezing out here, bro. But I'm ready. I put my socks on.
Wow.
Got my tea ready. You know, I saw who else just showed some tea over here? I saw Wasim at the game.
Mine milk, mate. Milk.
Oh, yeah, never mind. I thought we were ready. You guys, I got a storm. Listen, speaking of storms, we're talking about the Ten Hag storm. Ten Hag, see, he's stuck in my head.
It's stuck in
Amorim
your head,
storm.
man. Stuck in your head, mate.
Yeah. But we're in the storm together, guys. I told them before I redirected here. Get ready for the storm.
Yeah.
Get ready. We'll talk about it here on Saeed TV. Like and subscribe. You already know the vibes.
There you go, man. Big up to Staffy and obviously Wasim. Make sure you are following his channel as well. Big up Wasim. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. Thanks for having me on. Big up Ash. Big up Staffy. Let's get going, innit?
Yeah, man. Where do we start? Why is people talking about Nkuku in the chat? Like, is there any sort of news coming out? I don't know. I didn't see anything today. But yeah, to be honest with you, I'm not really focusing on transfers right now. Still got a long way to go to the transfer window. But yeah, where do we begin in terms of this 11, man? Like, and our squad, you know what I'm saying, in terms of like what we have and what we think we have. Like, I start with you, Ash. Like, are you happy with the squad? Like, when you look at the United squad, yeah, do you look at you like, yo, we've got a good squad, we've got a bad squad? Is it, we spent a lot of money on nothing? Like, where do you look at our squad and like, how do you just do you rate it? Do you feel happy about it?
The rate, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because there's players that can play above the levels that they're at right now, but is it good enough to go and win league titles and be a Champions League team? I just don't think it'll ever be that. I think it needs improvement. But is it a starter for Amorim to get himself sorted, get himself up to a top 6, top 4, get himself to the summer and stuff? And I think I can't say I'm happy with the squad. I can't imagine any Man United fans like happy with the squad. It does need drastic improvement. Amorim's come in, he's looked at it, and he's probably thought, right, I'm just going to give a load of players auditions. As much as he keeps rotating these players, a lot of that's probably due to the fact that he's auditioning them right now. Like, who can perform and who's actually going to show up for me. I mean, you saw Marcus Rashford. I hate to say it, but Marcus Rashford had me vexed watching him come on, like not chase down balls, just lose interest. And you know what someone was telling in Amorim's press conference earlier today? He said, we need players who are running, who are sprinting on recovery and sprinting going forward. I thought it was kind of a little bit of a veiled dig at Rashford, because Rashford was doing none of that against Arsenal when he first came on, whereas a lot of other players were. But these players like Marcus Rashford, these players who aren't good enough in the team right now, players like Garnacho, who's a squad player, do you know what I mean? An impact sub. We shouldn't be starting every game. There's a lot of improvements to be made, and I feel sorry for him, but right now we're in audition mode, and it's fight for your life in the first 11 right now. You've got to be performing, and a few of those players, I hope that Amorim's looking at him. I hope he's inspecting them, and I hope he's giving them the same critical eye like that he should be doing, because there's players there who aren't showing up for him right now, and it's one of those where hopefully he makes big decisions and take some of these players out of the squad, and he slowly starts to get his team, his players that'll fight for him, that'll back his strategy, that'll back his structure, and the players that will be there with him and that will fight for him.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah,
you're right there. You're right there, Ash. I was gonna say you're right there, and it's a case of, I actually used this reference last week on one of my streams, because it was Black Friday, and it said United right now under Amorim is like Black Friday. I mean, Black Friday, back in the day, at least, when everything wasn't online. You used to go into the store, you run in, you grab something real quick. Whoever gets it first, it's theirs. If you run out, you run out. That's how it is with Amorim right now with these positions. All these players have to audition for positions, and they have to do it quick. If you grab a position or two that you start in or you're being rotated in, you're good. Some of these players so far have done well. Some of these players, just like I said, just like Black Friday, they missed out on some of the merch. Now they gotta wait for next year. But some of these players might not have next year.
Yeah,
be out of the team. Look at people like Mazraoui, probably one of the first names on the team sheet. Whether it's in center back, whether it's in left center back, whether it's in the midfield, whether it's on the wings. He's one that grabbed a couple positions real quick. Some other players are making a case for other positions. Obviously, Dalot left and right. You see Ugarte in the middle. You see, as much as he can, he tries to put Ahmad, obviously, except for that Arsenal game, he puts him there. The rest of the positions, bro, I'm going to be honest with you, some of these guys are running out of time, and they're not afforded a lot of time, because if you don't make one of these positions yours real quick, Rashford might be gone, Garnacho might be gone, Casemiro might be gone, some of the center backs, maybe Maguire. So yeah, bro, a lot of these players, it's not looking good for all of them.
Yeah, 100%, man. Do you think like certain man just obviously, you know what I mean, they take it for granted, bro. Like, you know, like they took this position for granted. Like, you know, they don't really know competition anymore. You know what I mean? Certain man just, you know what I mean? And even the guys that are on the bench, bro, they're not doing enough to get the guys who are on the first team, like displace them, bro. It's a bit of a weird one. Like when I look at Chelsea's team now, like I see they're hungry to, you know, battle and whatnot. With this United team,
Amorim did say that about them. To be fair, he said the one thing he noticed is the effort. So he did acknowledge that. To be fair, he said he sees the effort from them, and he said that's the easiest thing. The step number one was to see effort. So he's already acknowledged that. I'm sure not every player has shown the same amount of effort, but he's already acknowledged that. He said number two is actually having like improvements in these positions. So he did acknowledge that. To be fair.
Yeah, we'll see. What you saying? Big up Rhino, by the way, joining us, man.
Shout out Rhino, by the way. Rhino, I haven't seen you in a minute, bro. What's going on here? Too good for us. Too good for Saeed TV now. What's going on here?
Been busy with the music stuff, but
come on, man. We're back. We're there. Come on, man.
Big time Rhino, bro. All right, bro. Just wanted to make sure you remember.
Like always, man, bros.
Come on, man. Big up to you. Well, see, how do you look at the squad, man, in terms of like what can you do with it tactically, like, you know what I mean, in terms of like this team, like. Because obviously we got so far in Arsenal, but we couldn't get to the, you know, we're just toying with them, innit, really? Let's be honest, man. Like, you know what I mean? Arsenal were kind of like, they knew that we weren't a threat, you know what I mean? And that's sometimes a bit it hurts you because you're like, yo, you can't really do much though, can you? You know what I mean? Let's be honest. Can't really do much.
With Ruben Amorim, basically, he's going to filter out this squad. He's going to know what his C-class players are, his B-class players and A-class players. First, he's going to do that. He's going to have an identity of the overall ability. He'll have a fair idea because obviously he's worked in football, but he's going to see that more on the training ground. Once he does that, he's going to profile these players. And then he's going to, even if it's a B-class player that he puts in his like B-class, so to speak, he could be an A-class within the profile, within the system. Some players can step up, but sometimes an A-class player may fall backwards because there might not be a position for him in the system. For example, Delo, I wouldn't really say he's A-class in terms of overall ability. I'll probably put him B-class, but he might find it a bit difficult to find a position in this team, whereas before he was one of our obvious starters. So I think there's a lot of like tussling there going on in terms of him identifying the quality and identifying the profile of players. And then after that, I think obviously he's got a very clear idea of the way he wants to play. And given the Arsenal game, I think we all knew that at the back, in the first half they sat off, so we could play it around the back. Sometimes we could feed our wing back some switches for Maguire. We could play into midfield. That wasn't too much of an issue because Arsenal sat off. But after that, our number 10s were pretty much null and void, and our striker. I rewatched the game and I thought Hojlund actually did well in that first half. I don't know if you lot rewatched it. He actually did well in terms of the service he got. It was mainly long balls that he got. He didn't get Mount didn't play it to him. Garnacho didn't play it to him. It was coming from like Malacia and it's coming from like the centre halves, and he was winning fouls near the halfway line and he was laying it off and so forth. But we know generally as fans, we know there's not enough quality in those number 10 positions. So we know even if we progress the ball to that area, we know that we're not really going to make most of it. That's why a lot of people are for Ahmad in one of those higher positions, because we need to, but when we get in those positions, we need to basically be more proficient. Whereas, for example, in the game, I looked at it, Garnacho, I think out of our midfielders and strikers, he had the most touches. He had 33 touches. Mount had 15, and I think what's his name? Xerxes had, when he came on, had like 11, and there was one more. But how is Garnacho having the most touches in this team? That's an issue because you want your most quality player to have the most touches, generally speaking, especially in a creative sense, especially that in that position you got to create. So that's he had way more touches than Ahmad. Ahmad had 21 when he came on in the second half. So that's the point I'm trying to make, is like we need higher quality, and then we need those players to be like more like important in our team.
Yeah, but Seema, on that point, by the way, he's been like that the whole season. I think that's been one of our biggest issues.
Yeah,
because he not only did he have the most touches against Arsenal, we've been talking about him having the most shots taken for us this season. And it's like it's a good thing that Griggs is here because I'm gonna use a basketball terminology. He's like a high volume player when he should be treated as a low volume player. It's like you have in basketball, as an example, you always have your best player having the majority of the ball, and he has like spacers who just get the ball, catch and shoot. He should be like that. He should be one of our players that has the least touches on the pitch. But in fact, we treat him like he's our star player. He gets the ball fed to him the most. And we've seen it against Arsenal, but how many times did he run the ball out of play or take the wrong decision? And that's,
you know, what
I don't want to call out Amorim for it yet. What are you going to say, Ash?
No, I don't think he's so bad in the sense of him getting the ball enough. It's the fact that he's got no chemistry with his teammates, has he? You know, like he gets himself into good position, he receives the ball fairly well, but then he dawdles on it. He takes too many touches. He doesn't involve anyone else into the play, and he's too direct in the sense of going at players. And you see him. How many times do we see him stumble over his feet? And how many times do we see him miscontrol the ball and end up losing the ball? And really, just the simple passes. One thing you see from the likes of Saka's, your Martinelli's, and your wide players, your top class wide players, they give and go. They give the ball away. You know, it's not just feels like they've got to dribble a man every single time they get a ball. And that to me,
he did lay off the ball a lot last game, and that doesn't take away what Wasim just said. The fact that we keep the ball on the left side a lot, and he's playing on that left hand side. He doesn't even play like a 10. Like literally, go look at his play. He just always does the same thing. He takes the ball to the wing and he runs. And I'm like, I don't think you understand your new position. Your new position requires you to be a lot more technical and to involve everyone around you, like you said, because you're a 10. What is a 10's job to do? Is to feed the attackers around him, and he doesn't have that in his skill set. Go ahead, Wasim. Sorry.
The first goal we conceded came from him. He received it from Mazraoui on that left hand space, but near the halfway line. Timber, he had a bad touch. First, Garnacho had a bad touch. Then Timber nicked it in front of him. Then he passed it to Odegaard. Odegaard skipped past Bruno because Bruno dived in. Switched it out left, I think, to Martinelli. Martinelli down the line against Delay or something, and then won the corner. Arsenal scored from the corner. It started from him because he can't protect the ball.
No, he can't. That's one of his kind of down weak points.
You hyped him.
Why? I don't really have hyped him up. I've just said, you know what, man.
And actually, Rhino too. I'm glad Rhino's here today.
No, the thing is, though, I've always thought Garnacho was an impact player.
Stay on mute, Rhino. Stay on mute.
I was waiting for someone to say that. Go on, Saeed. Anyway, I got a few things to say. Go on, Saeed.
Yeah, nah. Before I let you go, Rhino, and big up Griggs, by the way, for joining us. My thing is like, I've never looked at Garnacho as a starter, guys. Like, he's always. But the problem is, though, how is it at United? Yeah, we always let starters, bench players become starters. I don't know, man. It also shows you the fact that our starters are not consistent enough. Do you know what I mean? That shows you something as well. But I'm just tired of bench players becoming starters, man. You don't see that any other club, bro. You get me? I'm seeing Savio and Doku on the bench. Savio and Doku. And they get benched consistently. And they're meant to be starters, by the way. They're meant to be starters, you know that, by the way. Shout out to Lee for the raid, by the way. Big up to Lee. Make sure you lot are liking the video as you tune in. But yeah, I don't know, bro. For me, it's a lot of these players here are bench players that we've got, you know. Hojlund is a bench player. I'm sorry. Garnacho is a bench player. Mason Mount's a bench player. Who else is out there? You know what I mean? People have turned on Dalot now, saying Dalot could be a squad player and that now. You know what I mean? So I don't know where that's come from. Do you know what I mean? A lot of these players, Rashford now will have to be a bench player. You know what I mean? Obviously, we can't get rid of him, if I'm being honest with you. So we've got, and the problem is, now the system has changed, a lot of these players are bench players. Do you get it? Before, in a 4-2-3-1, you could probably say, you know what, he can maybe go in there. But, bro, in this system now, you can't have square pegs in round holes.
You have to be specific in this system.
It's specific, specific profile for this specific system.
Yeah,
simple. That's what Amorim said. He said it's not about the position. He said it's about the profiles in these positions. To be fair, he's not lying. We are.
No. But thing is, though, who have we gassed up though? Really?
We've gassed up Lingard. We've gassed up McTominay when he came in. We've gassed up loads of players in the past side. I mean, we do it as soon as a kid comes through the academy. We gas them up like mad. I mean, we expect him to be, 50, 60, 70. But we think, they're the next coming. We think they're the next Beckham or the next Scholes or the next whoever. Do you know what I mean? It's just every single time. And any kind of youth player. We're doing it at the moment with likes of Kokonki, 16-year-old in the academy. We're expecting. We're just waiting for the next one to hype up. It's just how we are. It's our culture. Unfortunate. The thing is, though, we need to be a little bit more ruthless and a little bit more clinical with the fact of, okay, bring them through, get hype about them, but once they don't live up to the hype and once they start to taper off a little bit, loan them out, get rid of them, cash in, because it's good for the PSR, the FFP, because we're earning money that way. But we don't. We keep them for way too long. We keep
Ash, stay on that point, Ash. Stay on that point. The guy next to you is going out and saying, "Let's loan out Garnacho." And that's why I'm calling out Saeed, bro. What do you mean loan out Garnacho, Saeed?
Loan, yeah.
No, that is absolutely the issue. Like Ash just said, we hang on to some of these players way too long, and
you want to sell him. You want to sell him,
Saeed. If we loan Garnacho right now, Manchester United, if they loan out Garnacho right now, it says failure all over his forehead.
Because no, it doesn't. No, hold on a minute. How does that failure?
Let me explain to you why.
Explain that.
Let you rebuttal. We have gassed them up in this fan base, and when I say we, I don't mean myself. I mean a lot of people in our fan base. We've gassed them up so much that after 2 years, if we say, "Hey, we need to loan him out right now," people are gonna look around and be like, "Wait, so why'd you hype him up for 2 years and kept starting him after a whole season or 2 seasons of starting? All of a sudden, we need to loan him." Clubs are gonna look around and be like, "Wait, hold on." So they developed him, they made him a starter, and then 2 years later, they need to loan him after playing all this football. Then it means something went wrong and he didn't develop, or they found out that he's not as good as he thinks.
Okay, that's where the problem is, though. He should never been a starter. Hence why we made a mistake. We haven't done what we should have done. Is that when he came to the football club, we should have loaned him out. Like we should have. We literally fast tracked him too soon into the first team. We should have loaned him out. Let's be honest.
I agree.
Let's because did anybody agree, or does anyone think that his rise up to the United is a natural rise?
I was one of the first people saying he shouldn't be starting football. But the Garnacho versus Sancho camp, I would love to tell both of you guys that you both lost. Because as much as Sancho, I rated him more than Garnacho, and I do think he didn't do well at United. We should have been replacing Sancho with better quality than Sancho. Instead, we downgraded, and we use Garnacho as a starter, and now we're wondering why, we have too many bench players. Because the player that was better than Garnacho didn't even succeed. Sancho is factually better than Garnacho, and he didn't even do well. So instead of replacing him with a Kvaratskhelia or something, we're now using Garnacho game in, game out, and wondering why our attack looks bad. Not to mention that Martial, who has been one of our best players, obviously has been injury prone for 3 years. We had to get rid of him, and we didn't replace him with any quality better than him. Yeah, like we didn't replace these qualities, and now we're stuck with these bench players, like you said.
Big up to like Mike. He said the fan base said that Garnacho was better than CR7 at this stage. Even said Madrid after him. Now look at his ego. I can't lie, bro. You know my thoughts on that guy who said that, man. Innit? You know what I mean? If I speak, I mean, you know what I mean. I'm trying to not talk about people in 2025, man. You know what I mean?
Wait, who said that,
bro? We know innit. Goldfish innit, man. He said that.
I didn't even know.
Well, he said Real Madrid are gonna come knocking forward. It's crazy.
I saw that video. So it didn't.
It's crazy, but like I said, I can't control people in it with big platforms in it. It's their platform. They say what they got to say. Dominic says, "Are they even bench level though? I think they are worse than bench level for United." And big up Sue says, "Over 700 in here. Need 500 likes." Yeah, man. Nearly approaching 800 people in the building. Guys, just hit the like button. We're trying to get to 500 likes minimum by the end of the show. Rhino, you said you wanted to talk. Yeah, talk to the people.
Look, this is the issue of our fan base, and I don't think you really hear me talking about fan base. But look, we need to keep the same energy. I get it. We're at a time where criticism is high and people want to talk about certain players and whatever. But the people that were getting onto Xerxes last week, they saw him score 2 goals. Now he's the best thing since sliced bread. And now Garnacho's been having a stinker, who we know he's been playing poor anyway. He's been overplayed. Now everyone wants to talk about Garnacho. And then when Xerxes does bad, they're going to talk about Xerxes. I just feel like we're going in a revolving door. And I watched the show yesterday. As much as I missed it, I tried to look into some of the Mandem talk yesterday.
Yeah.
And you lot was talking about that. I even see someone saying, yeah, even Anthony's technically better. What does all of this matter? Like, all we need to know right now to get the ball rolling is that same way, is it Wasim? Wasim made a very good point. There's players that we're not going to rate, but they might do better in this system than players that overall have better things. So at the end of the day, we just need to start playing the players correctly. Like, for example, Garnacho shouldn't play every day. And that's one problem of why he's been so bad as well. He shouldn't be starting. So the more he starts and the more he gets played and the more he plays shit, the more criticism he's going to get. But realistically, why is he being played? Do you get what I'm saying? Hojlund cost 70 million. It's not his fault he cost 70 million, but all of a sudden, we have to still criticize him like it's his fault. Do you get what I'm saying? I get it, but we can't now 1 minute say the Glazers overspent, why they're so bad, but then hold Hojlund to the standards of a £70 million player when realistically the people that bought him for that price shouldn't have bought him for that price. So why does he now get more pressure? No, I'm not, and this is not me saying he's good, because this is what people are going to do. Oh, he's gaslighting. No, I'm just highlighting facts. I feel like when I defend Hojlund, people misconstrue it for, gassing him up. I've never said he's one of our best players. You only hear me say that about Menu and Ahmad. And I think I've probably might have said it about Dalot to a degree in terms of consistency. But I feel like when we defend players, people kind of get it mixed up and think that it means so good. It's just me trying to slow down in the criticism, because the same people that are going to cost Xerxes, he's going to ball out and then they're going to flip-flop. So my thing is this. We just need to see how these players are going to fit within this system. We know they're taking a while to get used to it. We can see a lot of gaps of where we need to improve. But at the same time, we just need to wait for the system to start working. Even yesterday when you lot spent the time criticizing Hojlund, but you complained that our 10s are not doing well enough. So of course Hojlund's not going to do well enough anyway. Do you get what I mean? So we're not in a situation right now where it makes fair judgment. We just need to kind of take everything with a pinch of salt, talk about the basics, not really get into any players. Obviously, we can talk about, for example, players like Bruno, who's been overplayed, in my opinion, but maybe he's got the fitness for it, so Amorim doesn't mind. But like, he's still working out his first 11 as this show's entitled, and we just need to be careful, because right now, if these players now turn up and work for this system, we're gonna have to support them anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think when we're having criticism of these players and stuff, I think we need to kind of be easy with how we do it. That it doesn't mean that we don't think they're good or bad or whatever, but I think we just need to change our mindset now. Let's let this process cook, and then we start having different thoughts. So yes, long term, Hojlund's going to need to get replaced. Long term, Garnacho, I get all of that. But there's still certain circumstances which we agree with that's making these situations weird anyway. So
what you're trying to say, there's no balance of he's washed and he's dead out here.
I feel like there's no balance of it. And I get it though, because you get angry and the play. Like Garnacho pissed me off yesterday. I mean, was it Wednesday? I can't lie. That I was it's the most angry I've been with Garnacho. But I didn't understand, why is he overplaying? Do you get what I'm saying? Amorim has kind of rotated him a little bit, but he's still putting him in that 10. When I see Garnacho in that 10, I just think, damn, man, it's a long day. But I'm not going to focus on getting onto him, because he shouldn't be there in the 10 and he shouldn't be starting. Garnacho should have started the second half of that game. Come on, fresh legs. You feel me?
No.
But then maybe Amorim still needs...
Bro, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. Listen, I fuck with Senor Amorim. That's my guy, bro. That guy looked at him. I told you, Griggs, before the game. Griggs looks depressed. I don't like that. But I'm going to cheer you up a little bit.
Yeah, Griggs looks
like Amorim. You see when Amorim was on his knees, Amorim was stressed.
But he raised Rashford though, Griggs. We can't let him off, man.
Yeah, no, we'll cook Griggs later.
I already put my tweet off for Rashford. I said I don't want to see him for 2 weeks. There you go.
Don't worry. No, don't worry.
Back your boy, man. Back your boy, Rashford, man.
That is back him. Go take 2 weeks, reflect on what you did on Wednesday, come back, and then we go again. That's what you gotta do. Self-reflection.
Let me just say something right now here. This is why I listen. Senor Amorim is my guy, and I'll tell you why. That first half, he knew we're not playing football in that first half. Yeah. And you know what he did? He was like, you know what? There's one thing Garnacho can do. Just run. He's like, I'm going to put a front three that just runs and just defends. The evidence was in that Everton game, by the way. When he wanted to play a little bit more of ball, I saw Xerxes there. I saw Ahmad there. I saw Bruno a little bit more advanced. None of that shit, number 8 position. Obviously, he had Rashford doing off the ball duties. That's why he scored these 2 goals. I think he knows that Garnacho is not a good player. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I think he knows that he doesn't have a position for him. He's not physical enough to play on the left wing back position or the right wing back, and he's not technical enough to play in one of the central positions in the 10s. He uses them right now because he keeps on every press conference talking about what injuries and managing minutes. Injuries and managing minutes. He is literally forced to use the whole squad right now, which he doesn't mind because he gets somewhat of a free hit to rotate as much as he can.
Yeah.
So he's learning his squad and he's hoping to pick up as many wins as he can. But when he comes out today and he says, I think I have an idea of who his best 11 is, I don't think he looks at Garnacho and he thinks he's in his best 11. I think that's one of the positions that he will try to reinvest in the summer. And that's why when Saeed says loan him, I say no. Because Saeed, I'll tell you what, if I give you two options right now, loan Garnacho or cash in on Garnacho, and we're going to use that money, and you're going to sign either Eze or Kvaratskhelia or whoever we're linked with in the 10s.
Yeah, of course.
Which one would you take?
Yeah,
you're going to go for the second option, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. There's no time to babysit and loan. It's too late, bro. You played 2 years of football, and now I have to loan you?
Why does loan have to be like a negative thing, though?
We need cash, Saeed.
Well, the only way I take a loan is if you guarantee me a permanent buy option at the end of that loan.
Yeah, like the Sancho one where we're guaranteed 25 at the end of the season. That's different, you know? And Saeed, I don't think he's on too much money. He's an academy project.
He's on 50 grand a week.
See, that's not a big contract compared to all the other contracts. So it would be a little bit easier to get rid of him. And he, as I said, he's an academy player. So on the books for PSR, that's greens, green checks only. So we're gonna look good on that one. So everything that comes in helps you to reinvest in the summer. I at the end of the day, my main worry right now is Amorim. I want him in the summer to get as much money as he can to sign the profiles that he needs in this team, because we got too many that need to be replaced. The last thing I care about is people, and I'm not saying I'm not taking a dig at you, Saeed, but it's people who have personal player agendas and FCs, and they want to make sure that their player survives. I want as much money generated from sales in the summer so we can replace these positions with players that can play in these positions. We need wing backs, we need 10s, and we need another midfielder to play in that Kobe position next to Ugarte. If that means I have to sacrifice some of my favorite players, whether it's a Garnacho, it's a Rashford, it's a Casemiro, whichever fan base you belong to from these players, I'm sorry, maybe you can leave with these players if you want. But right now, the priority is the manager, and we need to back him. We need to back him ASAP.
Yeah, 100%. Before you come in, Griggs, there's a quote from Ruben Amorim. He says, if you want to win the Premier League, you have to run like mad dogs. If not, we are going to do it. That is clear. Boy, certain man ain't going to survive, man. Certain man going to survive.
Even so, Griggs, before you go, yeah. Yeah, even
Staffy's on a mad one today, yeah.
Touch on what Staffy said, yeah. Like that's what I'm saying. Like right now, we just need to just have the belief in Amorim and hope that he figures it out quicker than and everything he's saying, he knows. He knows he don't have time. He knows he doesn't have enough training sessions. But we're seeing enough to see that there's progress happening. We're starting to see more of a structure. We're starting to see the players follow certain routines that we're seeing every game. So yeah, we just need to let it cook. And I think, hopefully, eventually, even if you don't find a place for Garnacho, it's so crazy how smart Amorim is, and it sounds like it's a mad glaze, but he literally says what we always talk about.
And 100%.
He spoke about Ahmad. I don't know if I can't remember what interview it was. He was even speaking about the fact that Ahmad is in probably a less preferred position, but he can probably play him in the equally. I don't know if he specifically said 10, but he knows that Ahmad can play in a 10. So the fact that he's identified that, even what he said about Mason Mount, I've got 3 positions for him. So he knows that what players play in the best position and what players can play. Like, for example, Mazwari and Ahmad, we can kind of move them around a bit. So I think, he will figure it out. And he knows probably Garnacho shouldn't be starting because Mainoo's not starting as much. So I feel like he,
You know what it is, though, yeah? You know what I said, yeah? You lot, like, I'm ready to suffer, yeah? But I don't know if I'm ready to suffer with these players, though. This is the thing, though, man. There's 2 different questions. Like,
it's all part of it, though, man.
I know it's all part of it, yeah. But bro,
one suffer. Whether it's your elbow hurting or your arm hurting,
I know, man. But brother, I can't lie to you, man. Like, but the problem is, though, it's the system that you require. Very, very, and I come to you, Griggs. Yeah, this system ain't no joke, man. Like, you can get away with it in a 4-2-3-1, but 3-4-3, nah, man, it ain't no joke, man, Griggs, man. It's not a joke, With certain players that you can't perform, that's why you're gonna cost you. Like, we're gonna cost you, not the manager or the system. We're gonna cost you, bro.
Well, the thing about the 3 at the back formation is there's a reason why little coaches run it. It's because what's it called? You need specific profiles. You need to have a coach that knows how to coach it exactly. So a lot of coaches can coach a 4-4-2. A lot of coaches can coach a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's easy, but they're able to do it. a three at the back. That's why Conte, obviously him, Amorim, the likes of Amorim, Inzaghi, they're very like specific. They're really like that. So yeah, I think a lot of players in this team don't fit it right now. I think you have a few that I think that Amorim's kind of already pinpointed as kind of players that he's looking for the future. Obviously, you see how to talk about Mazraoui. Ahmad, obviously, he loves. Dalo, he's talked a little bit about. Lenny Yoro, obviously, main with that. Like those are already givens. And yeah, certain players are gonna have to either adjust and learn how to play a new position, or they don't adjust and then they leave. That's obviously in my case, if that's Marcus Rashford, so be it. I don't really even care. But Marcus Rashford can leave tomorrow. At this point, I don't care. I really don't. I want a new left 10 anyway. I want a new striker too, because I'm seeing Kiwior post Instagram posts of him locking up Hojlund. Kiwior is Arsenal's fifth best center back. Man. Why am I seeing that on my Instagram? Xerxes, he couldn't be asked on Wednesday. He walked onto that pitch and I saw zero intensity. Rashford, the same thing. The corner thing, yeah, whatever. He slipped. Obviously ended up because Arsenal corners are like penalties these days. Whatever. I don't really care. We just need new players. We need to invest money. Even though my owners right now are doing cost-cutting efficiencies right now, I'm seeing all that stuff I see about Ineos on the more ending. But I'm not gonna talk about that. I don't really care. We just need new signings. Staffy mentioned left 10. I am begging for a left 10. I am begging. I don't care if it's Omar Marmoush and Olski has to go do the recruiting for us. I don't care if it's Kvaratskhelia and I have to learn how to speak Georgian. I don't care who it is. Go get me a left 10. Go get me a wing back. We've seen the wing backs. Anthony definitely cannot play wing back. He was asked against Bodo Glimt. Who else? Dalo, left wing back. He looked decent at right wing back. I don't know what it is about left wing back, but I feel he just falls asleep when he's not left back. He just let people run.
Can I ask you something based on what you're specifically saying about go and get this, go and get that, go and get this? Do you expect us to go in for people in January? Do you feel like next month we need to try and start looking at profiles?
I think United will go get a wing back. I think that's the only position.
Yeah, no, we have to too, maybe
one position because we're very thin at that area.
Yes,
like left hand, for example, he has Xerxes, he'll play there. He has Rashford that he could play there. He has Garnacho. Well, we don't rate them, but he still has options at left wing back. Right now, it's literally just Dalo and Malacia. And Malacia, you don't know.
Remember, we used to be so good in that position, wing, like just in terms of fullbacks. Remember, we used to have like.
Not really. I don't think United have been good at fullbacks since like Gary Neville. Was club.
Be honest though. I'm talking about the last couple of years though, in terms of Alvaro.
We had good starters. We never had good depth. Like we were never really happy about our depth. Like we said, we've been saying we want to upgrade on Luke Shaw since like 2019. Wan-Bissaka was never good enough. Dalo obviously popped up and he looked somewhat decent, but half the fan base still said we need a more capable right back that can really push Dalo. Left back, obviously. And now it's not even a fullback no more. Now we're talking about wing backs. None of our fullbacks have ever fit wing back. The only one is actually, funny enough, Alex Tejas, but he's shit anyway. So obviously, at a Premier League level, I think he can play wing back. But he's probably the one fullback we've had in the past 5 years that really fits a wing back kind of position. So the fact that we have to play Ahmad there and we can't play him at the 10 shows how bad we have in that area, and that's fine. This squad wasn't built for Amorim yet, so it's fine. It was built for Ten Hag, and he doesn't use wing back. But now you have to go address it, and you have to go address it urgently. There are plenty of left wing back options. Obviously, I don't know what happened with Teo Hernandez today. I've heard some spooky stuff, so let's just disregard him.
Yo, there's some mad stuff, man.
About that. You have Nuri from Wolves, who might get relegated, so you have option there.
Did you watch Kirkes yesterday?
Yeah, Milos Kirkes from Bournemouth that you can look at. Alphonso Davies, obviously, we've been looking at. Go ask PSG how much they want for Nuno Mendes. There's plenty of players you could go out there and you can find. There's plenty. We have thousands and thousands of scouts. I'm sure they could find someone that can play left wing back around Europe, around South America, around Australia, Asia. I don't care where they find them.
I don't know if you saw, Griggs, but we had scouts the last 3 Southampton games for Dibbling.
But he's a right wing. He's a right 10 though. Well, I would take him
right 10.
I thought we were talking about like both wings. So
guys,
United have shots, so United need to go do that. Center back as well. Braithwaite, who obviously I've propped up, might not be an option no more because maybe his passing is not as progressive as like an Amorim would like.
Of course.
You can go get United.
Griggs, you know the Braithwaite thing. Sorry to cut you off again.
I think for me, there's 3 to 4 players that United can really. I think there's 4 players that are guaranteed. It's Ahmad, it's Kobe, it's Euro, and right now I'm gonna say Mazraoui. I think those are the 4 players that for me are guaranteed. There's Nana in goal, so 5.
Yeah, 5.
6 other positions on that pitch that if you need to go get someone else, go get them now. Center back, midfield. No, even though Garth actually has been pretty decent, I'll be fair to him. I do still see a lot of limitations, but he's done adequately since Amorim came in. The changing system has benefited him. Up top is the biggest issue, and Amorim has because defensive midfield, you don't need the highest level of quality to like look as a good team. You could, if you just get people that know the system and will work hard, you can get away with it. It's the attack, the difference makers, the pickpockets,
the worst department we have.
The ones that need to be creative geniuses, especially in a back three system, because you have three attackers, because they all play so close to each other. They need to be geniuses. They need to know when to play that kind of stuff. You need geniuses. United only have one genius, and his name is Amad Diallo. The rest of these players are not geniuses. So I don't care if we have to take out credit shark loans to get Varaskelia to this football club. Go do it, because that's a genius. Mateus Cunha, that's a genius. He has 3 goals in the goals of the month. He's the first player to ever have 3 goals nominated for a goal of the month in the same month. The guy's a goal scorer. He knows how to put the ball in the back of the net. These guys, I know we talk about Arsenal and we talk about their sorcery of the pen of the set piece and everything like that. Our only chances came off set pieces too. We didn't create a single shot from open play. So we need someone to do that, because Garnacho got the ball on Wednesday and he just kept passing back. Hojlund, he was doing Jack Swagger duties. Mason Mount was a ghost. No one wanted to shoot the ball. The only one that wanted to shoot the ball is Anthony. And what did he do? He side-footed a shot he should have laced. There we go.
I'm still embarrassed that we played that set piece for him.
Yeah, we ran a play for Anthony. We ran a play for Anthony.
Wallahi, bro, this is embarrassing, bro.
100%. Couple of super chats have jumped in. Big up Super Arch. He says, our press is still asked. They are moving forward individually and not causing any pressure. Bruno main one. No stats to show even. Not even one turnover. Amorim to the end versus Arsenal. He was clueless. Opposition analysis. See how the schoolboy error. And he says here, Troy, he says, not panic, title race possible. What? City, not Liverpool, is the team to watch. I'm believing this is going to be a rock and roll season. You watch, calling Premier League save this message. Listen, Troy, man, relax, man. There's no title race.
Wait, is Troy saying we're going to compete for the league?
Bro, I think he is, man. You know what I mean?
Troy, whatever you're smoking, brother.
I think, I don't know. But yeah, Troy, I don't know if you need to elaborate on that one, whether you're going to go win the league. By the way, I don't know if you've seen Amorim's latest comments. It's quite interesting, to be honest with you. He says, Ruben Amorim asked whether he understands why Rashford was frustrated, why Erik ten Hag was frustrated with Marcus Rashford's inconsistency. I prefer to focus on the whole squad. We have a lot to improve, not just Marcus. All the team can improve in every aspect. Like I said before, I think the way we sprint back and sprint forward, the way we fight is something that we have to be very clear with this team. This is the first point we have to address. And then technical and tactical aspect will come later. So it's just not Marcus. Everyone has to improve in that area. So it looks like he's emphasizing a lot of running before, the tactical element, which just shows you that we're not an athletic team, and be like just not like a hardworking team. Like he's probably realized, you man are just not that great at listening to instructions, getting back, tracking back, working hard. Yeah, go on, Ash.
So this isn't news, though. We've known this for years. I mean, we knew this when Erik ten Hag took the team over, and within the second game, he's going on sprints. He's doing marathon runs with a squad. Do you remember that? Do you remember the team didn't run enough? I think it was.
He used to make them run the miles that they didn't run in the game, so he'd make them
exactly.
Run.
Do you know what I mean?
He ran them with them, like after Brentford or some shit like that.
Yeah. So we know. The thing is, we need Amorim to come in and get rid of these players who aren't running. That's the definitive thing here. Is if he's going to have the backbone to be able to get rid of the likes of Marcus Rashford, he's going to get rid of the likes of the players that he's saying that aren't tracking back and aren't running back. It's all good to keep saying this because we've been hearing this for years. We heard it from Ollie, we've heard it from Tanai, we've heard it from Ranić, we've heard it from everyone. Do you know what I mean? But it's having that cutthroat to be able to go, look, Rashford ain't doing it. He's not been doing it. He's not been doing the legwork for the last 2-3 years. He's not going to be in the squad for me going forward. We need players that are going to run. And that's all I want to see from the man. I want to see him be a little bit more cutthroat. I feel like one of the things with Rashford was I can't say we got unlucky, but the fact that he scored a couple of goals kind of masked his lack of work on the field in the first game against Ipswich. Do you know what I mean? And then the second game is where he's scoring goals. It masks his lack of work rate. And it's the ability of the manager to be able to identify and root out these players that aren't running back. And I just hope he's got the capability to be able to do that. And that's what I want to see from him. It's all good saying it, but it's actually doing it because, like I said, Ten Hag and other managers have said it before. We've heard this before. We just want to see actual action.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Rashford at the minute, man, it's just, bro, like, he hasn't been playing well. If I'm being honest with you, he hasn't. Like, the goals have come, but he kind of faded away against Ipswich. He scored the goals against Ipswich, Everton, but really, I don't think he had a great game. Bodo Glimt, did he play against Bodo Glimt?
He came on.
He came on and then wasn't great. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Just about the work rate thing, though. People, I think this work rate, work rate does get overrated in a sense sometimes because, like, for example, against Ipswich, right? He's the 9. Your 9 is not meant to track back a lot. That is not their responsibility. That is on the wingers. He was the 9 that game. Yes, other games, there are obviously examples that he's not tracking back, and that's fair. Against Everton, work rate is not just, by the way, tracking back. Work rate is how many runs you make off the ball when you're attacking. That counts as your work rate. For example, I don't like using FIFA, for example, but there's a reason why FIFA have attacking work rates and defensive work rate. There's two elements. There's two sides of the coin. One side of the coin, yes, you could definitely criticize Rashford when he's playing on the wing, and defensively, he doesn't track back. That's fine. But offensively, there are very few players in the Premier League that make as many off the ball runs to stretch the pitch than Marcus Rashford. He works hard in that sense. And that's why he doesn't always, that's why some coaches, for example, don't, like for Ten Hag, had him high up the pitch and didn't have him track back as much because it exerts a lot of energy when you're running that side to do it. And he's a little, obviously, so people like Martinelli can do it constantly because a lot younger, maybe less injuries, has maybe a little bit more tenacity. And yes, Rashford should be doing a little bit more than that. But when you're playing a 9, you do need to press. I'm not saying you don't need to press. You do need to press because that's where your press starts.
Yeah.
The tracking back element. Do I see Hojlund tracking back from Man City and he's in the midfield? No, he's not tracking back. He's leading a press, but he's never tracking back. That's a 9. Against Everton, I didn't really see anything bad from him tracking back wise when it comes to that. And yes, people say comments he doesn't know how to press well. I agree, he does know how to press well, but that's a coaching thing. That's on the coach to teach him how to press. Because
Rashford's not going to be a number 9 going forward for us, though.
No, he's not. That's why I don't think he fits the system in the long term. I don't think he's a 10 anymore. Doesn't. I don't think he can play left 10, and he doesn't want to play the 9. He can be a 9. He doesn't want to be it. So there's no point of trying to force him to be something that he doesn't want to be. Just let him go to a different club, and he could go play left wing. He could be a Robin over there. Barcelona fans appreciate him. He could go be there. Obviously, might be a bit difficult because Rafinha wants to be prime Ronaldinho this season, but
I was gonna say
you could go find somewhere. PSG, whatever. Enrique wants wingers, whatever. I think I don't. That's why I don't like the. Obviously, that reporter was trying to dig out maybe a Rashford. He wanted to dig a little bit, try to catch Amorim slacking and maybe get a little bit of a quotable. You know how reporters are.
Yeah, of course.
That's fine. But I don't think
he's very clever.
Xerxes, bro, we think Rashford lacks intensity. What is Xerxes? Because he's a million times worse. I've never seen him bust a gut.
I think with Xerxes' role that he's got a different role though, innit? In terms
of the 9 though, exactly. So the 9. That's why we don't like we criticize Xerxes for his lack of intensity in attacking the box. Why? Because he's a striker. That's where I need to see your intensity. As a 9, my intensity. I want to see your intensity and your work rate. How the hell do you get into that box and you try to get your team a goal? Not tracking back. That's for me because I saw I think what was it on TalkSport? You had a bunch of fans outside the stadium. The ones that were criticizing Rashford, I don't like that singling out. That's just lazy analysis for me. That's why I had to talk about that. But anyway, back to other discussions.
Yeah, 100%, bro, 100%. I think for me, what it is, with Rashford, he clearly just doesn't suit his system, bro. And it's like, how long? And the thing is, he's actually secured his bag. Like he's chilling, bro. Like, and I don't think he's gonna get forced out of Old Trafford. And this is where Ineos. If the manager says, yo, I don't rate Rashford anymore, I don't really particularly want him anymore, can we sell him? Can we get, some money out of him? Like, I don't know. Like, do you guys think, like, he's going to be kind of, like, just say, you know what, sit back and relax on the bench. You ain't my guy anymore. Do you think Amorim has to be forced upon to play Rashford and make it work? Is he going to be another one?
To play anyone,
that's what.
No,
that question
is, bro.
The answer to that question is one thing that once we get it, it's going to be a turning point to how confident we are in Amorim. If we start to see less of that player power and he's got the highest wage, so he must play and all of that stuff, trust me, I think it'll be a very good sign. I think the way he started this process with playing everybody, setting his principles, being complete up front with everything, his whole plan, I think it's gonna put him in a position where it should be easy to bench players, and they should just understand if they're not putting the work, they don't play. So I'm hoping that, and I've got a bit of faith that I think it will be a lot more than any other coach we've had. I've got a feeling, but at the same time, I am worried that what if we have this whole Rashford problem, Bruno problem, and all of that. So, yeah.
This is what I'm trying to say, man.
I've got more hope, though. I got a bit more hope, but we'll see, man. You never know.
Bro.
We've been let down too many times, man. So
yeah, facts, 100%. Guys, 304 people in the building, man. Sorry, 304 likes. We need to get that 500 likes mark. Got 922 people in the building, so we're not far off the 500 likes. 200 away, people. So please, if you haven't done already, hit the subscribe, hit the like button, and subscribe to everyone's channel. Super Archer, that's my point. Not pressing together, all one-on-one. Like if you had, if you guys had it in your head, yeah, like what is United's best 11? Like, can you guys like tell me, or do you think like you get to like maybe midfield and then you're struggling, like, or do you kind of know what our best 11 is? You know. Now that most of our guys are fit, yeah, Shaw is out. Don't get me wrong, but most of our guys are fit right now. Is anybody injured? Probably. Who's injured right now?
Just Luke Shaw.
Just Luke Shaw, isn't it? Really? Evans, that's it. But obviously, we're not using Evans right
Ericsson,
now.
I don't think.
Yeah, so everybody's fit, by the way. Yeah. Who's our basically our starting 11 like right now? Does anybody have like a vague idea in their heads, like?
I have one. I don't know if Aaron's gonna use it or not, but I would do this consisting what the current squad looks like. I'd go Nana in goal. I'd go Lenny Yora at right center back. I'd go Maguire central center back. I'd go Lissandro left center back. I'd go Mazraoui and Dalo as your wing backs. Mazraoui on the right, Dalo on the left. Ugarte main new pivot. Bruno, Ahmad, Hojlund as my front three. That's what I would go with.
Wouldn't you swap Dallo though and put Malacia there, because Malacia hasn't been too bad? And bearing in mind, that's another thing.
Whichever side they want to play, I don't really care.
Amorim said that as well. He said he knows Dallo's the best side for him is not on the left. So
put Dallo right, put Dallo right wing back, put Mazraoui left wing back.
Also, you already don't rate in Delete. What's going on there?
I just think Maguire is a better central center back than Matthijs de Ligt, in my opinion.
What?
No, put de Ligt in now.
Oh, come on, man. No.
I'm saying as a central center back, what I think a central center back is meant to do, I think Harry Maguire is better than Matthijs de Ligt at doing. I think he's a better passer.
The numbers don't say that though, Griggs. He's better at stepping up the ball. De Ligt's
better at stepping up the ball. He's better passer. He's better
athletics. He's got
I don't care what numbers tell me. Numbers for center back.
He's a much better passer.
No, he's not. De Ligt is not a better passer than Maguire. He cannot switch the ball.
De Ligt's a better passer than Maguire. He's better progressing the ball. He's better coming out the middle. He's a much better player. He's a better defender. The only thing that Maguire's got in him is potentially aerial.
I'm saying as a passer of the football, Matthijs de Ligt cannot tie Harry Maguire's shoes. He's a much better passer of the ball. The switches that Maguire can do, de Ligt has never done. Not at Ajax, not at Juventus, not at Bayern Munich, and not at Manchester United. Do I think de Ligt is maybe a little bit of a better defender? Yes, but I think Maguire is a little bit better aerially. I think he's better at stepping out from the center. I think Maguire is much better at stepping out. I think he's much more comfortable doing that. And I also think in a 3 at the back system, United, by the way, signed Harry Maguire from Leicester when he was playing at the 3 at the back system. That's actually what
that's why he works for this. Yeah, he can work with us.
He works for that. At England,
right? What we doing with Maguire in the team here? Like, what we doing starting Maguire? Like, what are we doing? Like, Maguire's going to be starting at the back three. Where are we going? Should we put Lindelof in as well? Do you know what I mean? What are we doing?
Lindelof is a completely different entity of
madness. This.
Bro, first of all, Harry Maguire for me, he'll never be worth the 80 mil that we paid for from Leicester City. I don't think never. But when you really think about it, he's been here 5.5 years, 5-6 years. Other than that one season, right, under Ragnick, where it all went to shit, that final Ole season, Harry Maguire has been a serviceable center back at Manchester United. It's just the price tag that surrounded him. The first season under Ole, he was solid. The second season, when we made
forget all the mistakes.
We all remember when they were time for the Europa League final, and we're all missing Harry Maguire, and we all got sad when he got that hip injury or that ankle sprain, whatever the injury was. We all were there. the under 10 obviously he didn't play the first season. Last season, he stepped up when he was on the.
So you want Maguire in the team and you want Rashford in the team, yeah, Griggs? That's your Man United going forward.
To be fair, he didn't say Rashford. He didn't say Rashford.
I did not say Rashford. I said Bruno left 10 because I don't think Rashford fits this front three. But I think for me, Harry Maguire's not a long-term answer. I think Lenny Yoro's long-term potential is at central center back, and United go get a more progressive right center back. But we don't have that right now. So considering the squad we have right now, in my opinion, that's the best back three that you could use. Because Harry Maguire has done shit for me in this football club. He finished second place as captain of this football club. What has Matthias de Ligt done for me?
Go on, Griggs. Yeah.
I saw him against Porto. That Samuel kid, the one that Chelsea wanted, he put him on a poster. Like he's Jason Terry versus LeBron. That's what I saw from de Ligt. They say 2018 de Ligt.
But players have bad games, though, man.
De Ligt slander is mad right now.
Players have bad games.
That's two games for de Ligt. How many of those games you can name for Maguire?
Yeah,
I think the match performances for Harry Maguire. His first game for the club against Chelsea 4-0. We was all gassed.
We get hyped for Maguire when he has one good game because he's had 3 bad games the prior. We get hyped for Maguire because he had one good game. That's it.
But Harry Maguire has had a really good season last year. And against Arsenal, by the way, when he played 45 minutes, he was dominant. Arsenal could not get a sniff. We conceded 0 XG from open play in that first half against Arsenal. They couldn't touch us. And where was Harry Maguire? The leader of that defense. He was in the
also, de Ligt was there though as well. Come on, man.
I think de Ligt is a better right center back than Harry Maguire. So
so your argument is de Ligt is not going to be...
Okay. Central center back. The leader of the defense. I think for me, Harry Maguire is a better
de Ligt don't play then. De Ligt don't play really then in your team. Is that going to play then, is he now?
No, because Amorim is going to rotate constantly. De Ligt can play Europa League games. He can also play... Maguire's not going to stay fit as much, so de Ligt can play central center back. But I'm saying, if United had a final right now, right? One game. What's the starting 11? That's the starting 11 I go with. I would trust Harry Maguire as central center back because for me, he's a better leader of a
over
defense.
Multiple title winning de Ligt, yeah. Over title winning in Eredivisie, over title winning in the Serie A. He
was never even the best center back on any of the title winning teams.
Oh, what are you talking about? When at Bayern Munich, he pulled one of the player of the seasons. In that season,
he
when
wasn't
he won
even
the
the best center back on that team.
He's in the Bundesliga to play one of the team of the season for the Bundesliga. What are we talking about here, Griggs?
So was Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho was team of the team in the Bundesliga. He came to United.
Gets a 70 million move from Juve to Barcelona because his performance at What are we talking about?
And Harry Maguire got an 80 million move from Leicester City.
Talking about Harry Maguire moving forward.
Who was the one that was worth more in the transfer market? Who was worth more in the transfer market? Because Harry Maguire is the one that broke the record in the Premier League.
Harry Maguire was worth more in the transfer market. So what? We overpaid. So what? We overpaid with a good one. What are we talking about?
Keep your argument straight. You want to go left? You want to go right?
Keep your argument straight. Yes. So Bayern Munich spend better than we spend. That's what we're saying. Because that's essentially what we're saying is that Bayern spend better than we spend.
Bayern Munich are shit. Why are we looking at Bayern Munich as the golden standard of the way that they spend money? They've been shit on the board for the past 5 years.
Yeah, because we've been better.
As their football coach. Are we gonna look at that Bayern Munich? That's
say.
It ain't 20. It ain't 20.
That Bayern Munich's won 9 out of 10 titles.
United should model after Bayern Munich. That's what we should model after. It's 2024, and they got a bunch of junk Germans.
Yeah, you want Maguire in your team in 2024? What we're talking about?
Bayern. So, by the way, you want to talk about that same Bayern Munich that just sold us Mazraoui for 12 mil when he's clearly like a 30 mil player? That Bayern Munich, that's the genius of Bayern Munich, the golden standard of European football. Bayern Munich? No, they're not.
Yeah,
they can let go of players that good. Do you know what I mean? That's what it says about Bayern Munich. They can let go of players that good.
No, but what I will say is, let me just. I think there's a couple of
lost the league when they did that. Ash, we can't be saying that. Like they lost the league and they sold players. Like.
Yeah. They lost the league off the back of a miracle from Bayer Leverkusen. No, let's be honest. Bayer Leverkusen, that was madness what Bayer Leverkusen did last season. All those last-minute goals. That was a miracle. Who's going to win the Bundesliga this year, though?
Yeah, look at the reinvestment that they did. They sacked, by the way, they sacked their board. They sacked their board after these moves.
Can I just say something, though? What I will say, though, Griggs, what he's trying to say in terms of playing out from the back here, I do believe Maguire's a bit more comfortable in playing out from the back, and he's a bit more on the ball, is a little bit more better. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not saying he's better, clear, miles clear. I do hear that. But for me, when I look for calmness, when I look for someone who's a bit more mobile, for me, than Maguire. Listen, de Ligt is not a slow coach. I've seen him recover well. I've seen him read the game very, very well. But I do think what Grizz is coming from, maybe the switch of play, maybe that Maguire could give you in that centre-back role is quite good. But for me, I think our best back three is Lenny Yoro, Dilly, Martinez. But sometimes what looks good on paper isn't maybe what happens. And I think Maguire as a squad, guys, is not a bad option. Does anyone think that Maguire's squad is a bad option?
I think just to interject, Maguire as a squad option, as a centre back, as a backup to Delay is actually a very good option. I'll give him that. But I think his passing range and bringing the ball at the back is a tad overrated. The switches of play is not a hard pass to make in football. And if Arsenal didn't impress us at all, if we're looking at our most recent game, so that could have been Delay, it could have been Euro, could have been another centre back, it could have been Johnny Evans. However, I do agree with Griggs that I wouldn't start him, but I'd definitely keep him in the squad as a backup centre back, and I would rotate him with Dilly at times as well. So, but I agree with Griggs, but I just think he's going a bit too far with it.
Yeah, but listen, for me, I think we got options, man. I think they are going to be rotated, though. That's the good thing about it. I do believe they are going to be rotated a lot. You know what I mean? Dilly, I think he can manage a lot of games, but obviously Maguire can't. He's getting a lot of injuries and whatnot. Lenny Euro definitely might not be able to do that, coming back from a big injury as well. So we're gonna wait, man. And for me, it's that side of the pitch here. I think everyone's calm. The back five is pretty much nice. Now we go into midfield, guys, because is Kobe a 10? Is Bruno an 8? Is Ugarte, obviously you got Ugarte in there, Casemiro. Where's everyone's kind of thought process? I'll come to you, Wasim, first. Like the two eights. What's our best two eights?
I'm not seeing in the system. I'm not seeing Kobe play there enough because he's been practically injured, hasn't he?
He played against Everton, and I thought he was poor for me.
Yeah, but again, it's not enough of a sample size. And then Bruno, I don't think he's played there much. He's played there in our most recent game. I think 100% guarantee the left centre midfield position alongside Ugarte is where we sign a player. I think I don't even think that's a debate, because that profile we need. The profile, if I had to pick someone, generally it would actually be Declan Rice, and I put that on Twitter as well. But obviously we won't sign Declan Rice, but I mean the profile player, because he's box to box, cover lateral spaces, can carry the ball, can come back, form a two, and he has enough. He poses enough attacking threat, but not where there's a creative pressure on him, and he's also defensively competent alongside someone like Ugarte. That's the sort of profile we need in that position. That someone's maybe a bit more comfortable on the ball and maybe tick it a bit more to support Ugarte. But that's generally the profile we need. Bruno can't carry the ball and he's physically weak in duels. That's the problem with Bruno. But covering the spaces and covering ground, he's quite good. And to be fair, I was watching him against Odegaard because I knew that was going to be a problem in that side. That's when Mazraoui stepped up a lot of times. And Bruno, he actually did fairly well against Odegaard for most part of the game, considering his ill-discipline before. The ill-discipline argument that people made before, he's a grown man. He understands instructions. He was just not told when he did something wrong that you are doing this wrong, and then no one put him in his place. Ruben Amorim's put him in his place, clearly. We can see by his pass accuracy, we can see by he's not switching it as much as he used to. We can see by his possession loss stats and so forth. They've decreased. They've not decreased because he's suddenly changed. They've decreased because the teacher told the student what you need to do, and that's basically it. But and with Kobe as well, I'm still not sure in that left-sided central midfield position. Casemiro, Ugarte won't work long term. So yeah, I'd personally sign a player in that position.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know what? Yeah, and by the way, Ruben Amorim has come out and basically said that we are a massive club, but not a massive team. Watch this.
Does that result against Arsenal a reality check and kind of reinforce what you told us on Monday about the storm coming? It's kind of managing expectations. Does that show everybody what the scale of the job that you've got on your hands here?
I think that is very clear. We are a massive club, but we are not a massive team, and we know it. It is no problem to say it. So we want to improve. We are in the different moment from Arsenal, but you can feel it during the game. I think we have to believe more, because we were not dominant in the game, but we are control the game. Not so many chances for Arsenal. Of course, a lot of set pieces, but we were okay, especially in the first half. So we had so good things in that moment, but you can feel it that there's so much to do. We need to be better in the final third. We have to create more danger. They have to feel it. And I felt that Arsenal have problems to block our build-up. But then when they were defending, the goal was quite comfortable for them. So we are learning these things and trying to improve in today.
What do you think of that, man?
That's to add to that as well, he also mentioned, I think, in the pre-press conference, that they've done more training on build-up and they've done less training on the attacking part as well. Yeah. So that's what makes sense as to why our build-up has improved and our attack. And he was saying massive, about the attacking one's a bit harder to do, but we haven't got a lot of sessions. So, yeah, it's interesting.
That's a massive comment, though, that, man. Massive club, but not a massive team, man. That is damning right there, man. You know, he's almost saying that these players are just, do you know what I mean? They're not it, bro. You know what I mean? Where we need to be, that this club is not going to be competing anytime soon, and we're going to have to still build up, basically. And
if you rank us in the team, we're probably relegation. If you rank us,
we're 13th
compared to all the Premier League teams as a team. Like, we've got better players, but as teams.
Now, but look at Bournemouth yesterday. Bournemouth yesterday, yeah. Let me look. Wallahi, I'm not lying to you, yeah. Their chemistry, the way they play, and I know they have had training, yeah. But I'm telling you now, guys, yeah, broski, they've got some good players, guys. Like, them man could ball out in our team. You know that, man. Them like put Semenyo instead of Garnacho.
Oh, yeah,
that's an upgrade.
I think final third with relegation. I do think final third with relegation.
Final third, yeah.
Final third relegation.
Yeah, that's right. That's important to say that. Yeah,
I think when you have I think, in my opinion, we have a top 2 keeper in the league. I think when you have a defense that, in my opinion,
defense were good.
Every single one of our center backs for me is a very solid center back, except maybe Victor Lindelof. You have Dalo and stuff like that. Midfield, I think midfield and attack is kind of where it gets a little bit weaker. And we have some players, obviously, that on their day, right, they could be geniuses. And like we saw against Everton, we were actually very clinical. That day is 1 in a dozen. It's not a very common occasion. It's a rare sight. So I do agree. I think that's why I said Amorim, the phase of the team that he's mentioned the most is the final third. He knows he needs better players there. The only issue is it's also the most expensive part. It's one that's going to cost you the most money.
I know.
It's something that might take you more than one summer to address. Like, for example, United might have to choose. For example, let's say we come to this situation, right? You have to choose between left 10 and striker this summer. I know what I'm choosing. I'm choosing a left 10. United needs to get someone that can play a left 10 over striker. I can do another season of. Actually, I don't even know if I can do that. But anyway.
We can't.
Can I ask you something after, Griggs? I'm going to ask you something.
Yeah, go ahead. Because I was going to say, just go left 10. Yeah.
What? The reason why I asked you about the January question, and I'm happy I just remember this. We know we can't. If you guys are thinking we can only do one signing in January, reality is the summer transfer window is far away. It's a good 6 months away. So what do you guys think we need to do right now that Amorim needs to focus on? What within our options? What can we do? Because there's no point thinking, oh, I wish we can get this. I wish we can get that. So January we might get a left wing back. Cool, fingers crossed. But then what do we do now? What do you guys think we need to do now? Do you think there's a formula that can work now that can help us that get us to the end of the season?
I think if I had to do, I think Amorim, he has to focus on one area, and that final third, I think he needs to before he finds anything else, he needs to find a front three that clicks for him in the short term.
Yeah,
I think that's the one. He needs to find what front three for him clicks. And I'm not saying that's.
Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's possible?
I do think it's possible. As these players, as mediocre as they are, there's got to be just a trio that, not saying that's going to light the world on fire, but that can just give United some level of consistency.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know what? Maybe it's the one that we saw against Everton on Sunday.
Yeah,
for about like 80% of the games, that front three can work. I don't think that front three can work against games like Arsenal. That's why I think he switched that front three against Arsenal. But I think, in my opinion, I do think that Xerxes, Rashford, and Bruno against, let's say, 65 to 70% of the teams in the Premier League. For example, your Forest tomorrow, I think it has enough firepower where your defense is solid enough that you can you can get that 2-1 victory. You can get that 2-0 victory. I think it's enough.
Yeah. They're solid, though, man. I know they got beat 3-0 by Man City.
It's going to be a tough game. Absolutely, it's going to be a tough game.
Tough game, bro. I'm serious, guys, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a tough game, man. But what do you man think of that comment? What it says there? Good team, but not
Big club.
big club, but not good team. Yeah.
Reality.
What do you is he trying to directly tell the board that listen, like man them, like don't overgas this team, and what we bought, what Ten Hag has bought is shit, basically.
I don't think that side. I think it's more of the context of we haven't got that chemistry yet. We haven't all figured it out. That's what I think. I think that that's just in terms of how we play. I think that's
he knows
what
the team ain't good, and he knows the
board
he
knows
it.
it. Yeah, he knows.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Rano. He's not trying. He's just saying it in the most polite way possible. We're a big club, but we have I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. When that there was a clip that went on Twitter the other day, from that other channel saying we have a West Ham front line, bro. That's just facts, bro. Our front line, I'm not gonna lie, is mad meaty, bro. It's so mediocre. It wouldn't be in the top 10. So it's like him saying that he's just reminding everyone we are a big name, but the team that we have is not a big team at all, bro. Like there's evidence why we finished 8th last season. You know, some of these players are just not good enough. You know, so he's not just saying we don't have chemistry. That's a polite way of him saying we don't have quality.
Yeah, it's quality. It's quality.
Yeah, he's not gonna come out and say my players are shit. You know, like he has to say it in a polite way. Like we're just not that good.
So where are we at when we say that there's enough players in this team to get top 4, but then we still question how bad they are?
Enough to compete.
Where are we exactly at then? Do you think our squad's top 4 then?
Nah, not now.
Or
For
top
me,
5, should I say?
No.
Top 5, no.
Okay.
No.
So that means a lot of you guys, a lot of your opinions have changed from a month ago. Because
you know what it is.
A lot of us said
maybe fifth. Maybe fifth. I say
maybe fifth.
I think the top 4 is set.
Arsenal, but I said top 6 though. Top 6.
Yeah, Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Chelsea are the top 4 squads in the league. That's certified.
But you got to remember, this is the Amorim's team, though, isn't it? Like, if I was to judge this team, I would be like, I'd be demanding more from Amorim, but it's not his players.
And I think this is where you look at Ineos.
You know,
this is where you look at Ineos. For example, I think this summer, bro, you could have had a whole summer with Amorim. You could have planned and you could have got him his signings from the summer, and now you would have been chilling. Instead, you decided to keep.
I know.
You decided to keep Ten Hag. I'm not saying they prioritized the summer for him, but for example, Xerxes would have never been signed if Amorim was here. Would have never happened. I think maybe I think Euro was the one signing that was made that I think that would have happened regardless of who the manager was, because he's a game-changing center back prospect. But the rest of them, it kind of was for a little bit for Ten Hag, but not for Ten Hag. It was like United rated the players, but they also fit the system. It coincided. You could have had Amorim from the summer. You could have went and gotten wing backs. You could have went and got maybe better attackers and stuff like that. You would have gotten a different striker from Xerxes. You maybe would have gotten someone like maybe a Gorassi. Maybe United would have went and spent 25 mil for the Dortmund striker. You maybe would have had that, but we did it, and now we're paying the repercussions for it in the season that we kind of not punted the season, maybe because we can still win the Europa League and stuff like that. But we also have to, like Amorim mentioned, we have to temper our expectations. We really can't finish at a higher than a certain spot. Like the top 4, for example, there are 4 better squads than us, and it's not even close. Maybe Chelsea's a little bit closer, but the top 3 is definitely not close. We're lucky that Villa are in a crash course right now. They're kind of falling. Spurs, obviously, we saw yesterday.
But Spurs are Spurs.
They might sack in, so who knows what's going to happen with them. So United might be lucky. Maybe they can sneak into that 5th spot. Maybe. But it's a maybe. It's no guarantee.
But Griggs, but this is what I mean. The same people would have said Villa squad's better than us, or Villa have way better players. That's why it's because I don't know. Today might seem like I've got a bit of agenda, but when I don't go on YouTube, I go back and I go away and I think about football differently. And we're back in my times when I used to watch United, because obviously I'm in my mid-30s, isn't it? I'm OG to a lot of this fan base. So like we used to have so much patience. The game's changed so much. Like one bad game and we're writing off players. Like people are talking about Brentford because he had a bad game against us. Now all of a sudden he's not that good defender that a lot of people like. What's his name? Enquiries had a bad game against Arsenal, but now we don't need him. That was his audition. He's failed, bro. He's against Saliba and Gabriel, one of the best pairing in Europe. So and players are gonna have bad days. This is why my thing. So I feel like what are we? So all right, what do we? So you said top 6, Saeed. What's everyone else saying? Where's our team? Because a lot of us were confident before a ball was kicked that we've got a squad that's good enough for top 4. Saeed probably said top 6, whatever. What are we really saying? Where are we at? Where is our squad right now? What's everyone saying? Like, where's our squad right now? And if, like Greg said, we did get Amorim players, where do you think we would be? I want to know the difference. I want to understand what everyone's thinking.
Okay. For me, I look at squad here, and I've always said for me, I think this squad will finish around about 8th to 6th this season. You know what I mean? I said we could finish definitely, if we want to, finish 6th, but that's going to be a push as well. But my main priority is Europa League. But then again, with the Europa League, you need a good draw, you need good luck, you need, you know what I mean? Like, you need certain things going your way, teams, etc., etc.
Do you think a lot of that opinion has changed though since Chelsea have shown that they're much better? Because I feel like that's played.
Yeah,
a lot
maybe.
Of
Yeah. No, 100%. I think for me, but the thing is, I'm looking at this league. You know, Brighton are beating this team, Fulham are beating that team. You know, Bournemouth are consistent at home now.
But then Brighton lost the other day, though. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm talking about there's no easy games, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Brentford at home are unbeaten, apparently. Yeah. Brentford are unbeaten at home.
Bro, the only game you can look at as a win is Leicester and Southampton. Those are the 2 teams you look at.
Yeah.
Like, that's 3 points guaranteed.
And maybe Wolves. That's it. Yeah.
Even Wolves, I think I wouldn't be surprised if Wolves.
Even with Van Nistelrooy, we said Leicester are still mudded.
Oh shit, yeah. Like I said, but you don't say it to you, bro. Like for me, it's like I just look at it and I'm like, bro, like the competitiveness is mad, and that's why Amorim does look a bit stressed sometimes. Where he's like,
so you think Amorim can't get consistency out of this squad? Where
not with the forward line? No. Okay. I don't think he cannot rely on these, and that's why for me, I can't then put my anger out there and say, "Yo, listen, yo, man, nah, bro." I'm just gonna be like, "Yo, if I'm not saying this season is like a free hit because no season should be a free hit, yeah. But it wouldn't surprise me this season if it does, you know, become very, very inconsistent. We do finish top 10. It can happen. You know, this season United could finish in the top 10. You know, and we might. So
that means now. So now we've come to a conclusion. Then that's why I find it interesting because when we spoke at the start of the season, we were quite confident that with good coaching, minimum we should be getting top 5, top 4. A lot of our
attack wins you games though, right now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of people's perspective is starting to change, and that could possibly be emotions as well. Yeah. Because maybe we might have a run of 5 games playing well, and then we think again. So that's why I want to know where it's at. Is it emotion or is it? Have you not come to the reality?
I think a lot of it though, Rhino. Like you look, last season we were coming off the back of a lot of injuries last season, so people were hopeful this season. You know, the squad would be fit and maybe they'd improve. But you're looking at it and you think with this team going away from home, how many teams are we going beating away from home? We've struggled for the last couple of years going away from home, going to the likes of Newcastle, you know, playing away from home, going to Spurs, you know, playing these tough games on the road. I feel like we'll get a proper indication. We've played Ipswich so far away from home, and we struggled in that game. If we're being honest, in the first half, do you know what I mean? We struggled there, and that's a promoted team, a team that's going to be fighting relegation, and a team that looked like they had a much better forward line than us. So us going to the likes of Newcastle, going to the likes of Spurs, going to the teams around us like Brighton and stuff like that, I feel that'll be a big indicator where we're at. Because at home, I feel like we'll be a lot more confident at home under Amorim, because generally the crowd gets behind. You know, you have that confidence at Old Trafford and they expect us to perform much better, but it's going to be decided on the road. And you know what? In these players, I'm not too confident in them. That's the thing right now, because
sorry. So, but I'm going to ask you. I want you to carry on in what you're saying. So, from what we've seen against Arsenal, seeing how we're set up a bit differently, we're a bit more structured. There's a lot more positives to take than what we saw last season. Shouldn't we have a bit more confidence that as the games go along, we might start to be better? Like, we might start to see the players maybe carry on for 60 minutes, maybe after 3-4 games, maybe after that 15 games, we're doing it for 70 minutes. Do you feel like with good coaching and getting the right system and time going and more training, and on top of the positives we've already seen.
Rhino? Yeah. I'm jaded, man. I'm jaded with a lot of these players up top. Do you know what I mean? I'm jaded by Rashford.
That's why I feel like a lot of those feelings are now coming out. That's what I feel like it is. So we're starting to have extra doubts.
I just don't expect. Listen, I expect them to maybe have a couple of good performances and then just fall back into type. Do you know what I mean? And then start playing poorly again.
So Amorim's system and the good things we're seeing that he's brought already can't fix it. Can't get us.
Listen,
something.
I mean, if he's a manager that can perform miracles and get these players firing, then yeah, okay, we're going to be excited and we'll see an upturn in form. But I'm looking at a lot of these players and I just don't see it from them. Do you know what I mean? We've seen it time and time again. We play with managers. So for me, I'm hopeful, but I kind of feel like he knows because he's digging out these players. Already he's coming out. Like Saeed's been showing us, his press conferences saying these players have got to run, they've got to mad dog it. Do you know what I mean? And all that. Already, he's lighting signals for these players. He's 3 or 4 games in. We saw in the first game against Ipswich, these players not really running in that first half. Sitting deep and everything. So the fact that I'm looking at the players themselves, regardless of the manager. The manager's going to want to get his own players in. He's going to want to get his own men in. A lot of these players themselves are jaded. Do you know what I mean? They've been around the club a little bit too long now. They've seen the highs. They've not really got much more to push. They're comfortable. They're settled in. So for me personally, I just can't see it. I'm looking at teams around us and like the Chelseas, like the Villas, like because Villa are going to have an upturn again. You got Newcastle in there. You got a few of the others, and I just can't see us. Like we were saying a little bit earlier, we've got a relegation. But
why do you think Villa will have what evidence is there to say that Villa are going to have an upturn? Do you feel like because just to even add more context?
Well, you look at the squad.
Yeah,
you look at the squad. You look at the quality of squad. You look at Unai Emery as a manager. He knows how to get players motivated and performing. You look at the 2 players in Watkins and Duran. You look at the midfield. They've had a few injuries themselves. I feel like it's one of those. People talk about the Champions League and they're having to play in Europe, but they did that last year in the Conference League, Europa League last year.
So you think Villa got better players than us overall?
You know what it is? I think Villa have more reliable goal scorers.
Oh, just say one. It's just Ollie Watkins. They don't have any.
No. Morgan Rogers is getting goals this season. Yeah, you know what I mean.
But he's not. It's not a reliable goal scorer.
Yeah, not reliable.
Okay, wrong word, reliable, but you can see that they can get goals, isn't it? Like,
but who's our reliable goal scorer? Do you know what I mean? We've not got reliable goal scorers, have we? So
that's what I'm saying. Like the definition.
I think Ollie Watkins is a reliable goal scorer because he has shown that he can score 15 plus in this league.
They scored 22 this season.
Who scored 22? Villa.
Villa scored 22 this season.
Yeah.
How many did they score last game?
Ollie Watkins did it score for
Ollie Watkins has like 6, and then Durant has like 5 or 6. So there's like 12 of your 22 right there.
And how many others?
And they're going to get more.
But listen, man, this
probably have a little bit better of an attack because they have Watkins and Durant, but I don't even have crazy reliable goal scorers. I think it's just Watkins.
Guys, Villa were below us until we lost ours.
Morgan Rogers got 4 goals for Morgan Rogers. Barkley's got 2. Onana's got 2.
But Saeed, here's the problem.
They have variety.
No, but here's the problem. Yeah, here's the problem though. Before the Arsenal game, when we beat Everton, we was all, I don't know, I can't remember who was part of the shows, but everyone was talking about, these players can get goals with good coaching. We can get more goals. But listen to what I'm saying. No, they were. Trust me.
That wasn't a 4-0 game.
Yeah, all right, but there was still that talk of that there's goals in our squad. People were talking about Hojlund, if he gets fed the ball, look at the touches he done left foot, right
didn't even play against Everton.
Was it which is the game where he scored the left foot and the right foot? What was the 4-0 game? Yeah. But even so sorry, I named the wrong game.
The difference is with Amorim, there is a better chance of getting chances for your strikers than maybe under Erik ten Hag because we saw our strikers being able to score goals. The thing is, Hojlund for me, I like Hojlund. The profile is perfect. The idea of Hojlund is absolutely sensational. Tall striker, can run, has sensational ball striking. Then the actual execution of Hojlund is terrible. I have a striker that's scared to shoot the ball, that is 6 foot plus, has crazy shooting power, but he's scared to shoot. Xerxes actually less scared to shoot than Hojlund. You would never guess that if you look at the two.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Hojlund has had more gunman killer goals than Xerxes has. But now he's had bad form all of a sudden. I think bad form makes us delete players' attributes sometimes. And we feel like we went through it with Sancho. There was a point where people forgot that Sancho's actually good regardless of what's happening.
Remember I feel like this... Right? The game against, I think it was the game against Chelsea specific, right? When Hojlund got the ball at the end of the box, left foot, he didn't shoot.
Laid it off to Bruno. I remember.
My number 9 that stat profile,
Scared, yeah, scared.
slapping that ball. I don't care.
Nah, but on a normal day, Hojlund might do that.
Yo, check.
Nah, man,
Can
it's a
you
normal
check?
day, though, Rhino, man.
I need to check.
No, but
That's
listen,
a normal
no.
day.
The reason why I'm talking like this.
Normal days you play
No,
90
but no,
minutes
Saeed,
football.
here's where I'm coming from. I'm not protecting Hojlund. I'm just talking about consistency within the fan base. Because the same thing that when Haaland went out for long, everyone said, yeah, he's washed. He's a system
my
player.
God, please don't do
The
that.
fan base are
Rhino. That is not the start of your argument.
Wasim knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about. There's a little bit of emotions in these opinions that we're making. There's a bit of
perfect goal scorer.
okay, but people were still writing Haaland off before.
No one
They're
wrote
saying he's
Haaland.
done.
That is not the argument, though, Rhino. That is not the argument what we're having. The argument we're having is that as
Yeah.
a 9, the idea
Yeah.
versus the reality is not the same.
Yeah,
it is not
but-
incorrect to say that he doesn't
Staffy,
shoot enough.
no, but Staffy, I'm not disputing that. My problem is in the same breath, we're talking about the number 10s being poor and that the system going up front overall.
That has
is poor.
nothing to do.
So
but
why
Rhino,
is it
you're
on
missing
Hojlund
again.
to be the best out of the poor front three? That's all poor
No one
anyway.
said that. No
It's
one
a
said that,
system.
Rhino, you're
I feel like
missing
the focus
argument.
is wrong. We need to say, remember, I think you said it. Our gaffer said it. Let's focus on the overall team thing. It's not about individual players and this player can do a bit better. As a team, we're bad.
We're breaking down our arguments into sections.
Yeah.
One second, we're breaking down our arguments into sections. Just because we're highlighting Hojlund now does not mean that we didn't discuss all the other issues that we had.
No, but
We've been on this
Staffy,
shoot for an hour
my
and a half.
general point since the start of this show is about this consistency of how we judge things. Because we're always quick as a fan base to have mitigating
What is
circumstances
quick
for other
to say that he
players.
doesn't shoot enough right now? He's been here for a year and a half. What is quick about
But then again, okay, then when Xerxes has a bad game, let's not say that because he's got better technical ability.
Yeah, but Rhino, we're not doing the
no,
tit for tat right
no, but
right
listen,
now.
Yeah, no,
listen to
I'm
what
not
I'm
doing
saying.
tit for tat, man.
There you go.
No,
We're
it's
not
not
doing
tit
the
for
tit for
tat.
tat.
Nah. You lot need to understand. I'm trying to educate us on overall just balancing the emotions and our opinions. A lot of us, when I was talking, a lot of people were saying it like we are a bit reactionary. But loads of people were saying it.
I know
So-
all you're saying is not wrong. I hear that.
Yeah,
But we just spoke about Hojlund.
We're talking about the summer window, like, bro. Like, let's talk about what we think can be fixed right now. Summer window. Why didn't you have the January one? And we're so.
something about Hojlund?
You know why? Yeah, I feel like it's not a healthy conversation in terms of
It's not
it's like
healthy. He's
dreaming.
Hojlund sitting
It's
with
like
us and he's
dreaming where I want to be
Hold
next
up.
year.
It's not healthy
You
for
know
me
what
to
I
ask
mean?
my striker to shoot the ball. What is
Yeah,
that?
exactly.
Oh, you're not listening.
Are we doing this whole phase?
Okay,
telling,
wait.
Garnacho to pass the ball again?
All right, wait.
Hojlund is
Listen,
not with
look,
us.
they said I'm spitting, so I'm on something. You lot are just not getting it. It's not. You just haven't got it yet.
Rhino,
You
can we
haven't
get back?
got it yet.
Listen, where you were going, Rhino?
Okay,
you were
wait.
saying like,
Ash,
where can we get to? Where we can get to?
Ash,
That's what you were saying.
Okay,
So
Ash,
where we can
here's
get
what I'm
to.
saying. Okay, Ash, but here's what I'm saying. The reason why I'm having this conversation, remember, I'm a very calculated person. I'm a manager. I know.
Listen, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
What I'm trying to say, let me get to the point so you guys can all see it, because you guys are all smart guys as well, and you're gonna realize where I'm going with it. This is not about individual players. This is not about agenda. Nothing. My whole point is there's enough points that we've raised in this conversation to kind of mitigate why Hojlund might be off. Let's not talk about the fact that.
Yeah, but we've got to take a step forward from that, Rhino. We've got to take a step forward and say, are the actual quality that you're able to beat the teams around us?
Okay, but wait, in the Arsenal game, Hojlund couldn't have done nothing any different, better. That's on
Actually,
his.
I disagree with that, but that's a different story for.
Listen to what I'm trying to say. If we gave Hojlund. No, but Staffy, because I'm trying to talk about.
What are you trying to say, Rhino? I want to know what
I'm trying to say. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that
land this plane that you're flying with right now, because I don't know where you're landing.
Hojlund's intangibles are crap. How about that? I'll say it like that. His intangibles are
plain
crap.
and simple.
He's scared to shoot the ball.
Do you agree with that, Rhino?
He's scared.
I agree with that, but what I'm trying to say is, in priority,
taps a ball. The intangibles are just shit. It's as simple as that. And if you
all
want
right,
to
cool.
And Rhino, you want to know about how we can get better as a squad? Hojlund himself can go into the lab and improve stuff like that.
Okay, but one point you made.
I think you got to take a step forward from this, though.
Okay,
he's not better than Pedro. He's not better than Isaac. He's not better than Watkins.
Getting what I'm saying. You don't not getting what I'm saying.
Close to them.
One point you lot brought up. Nah, wait, listen. Let me land. Let me land. Because
inside the crib,
let me land. One point that everyone brought up is that Hojlund didn't have enough touches in the box. but so didn't loads of other players. So what's the difference? Why is it on him when Xerxes didn't have a lot of touches? Bare players didn't have a lot of touches. So that shows there's an overall system problem. The same way we can complain that maybe we're not crossing. Like I've seen United games where Hojlund's on and he can do better with certain things, but the man are not even crossing the ball. As soon as he comes off, the man start crossing the ball all of a sudden. So my thing is, until we see certain scenarios as to where we can pinpoint, okay, Hojlund, that's definitely on you. And we're still talking about bad number 10s. For when we have bad number 10s, there's no situation that you can say that, okay, Hojlund should have just taken. Bro, your overall confidence as a player goes down when your front three is just not clicking. So when we rely and say, okay, in that position.
Did I not give a situation?
Whoa, but there's still mitigating circumstances that the overall attack's poor. So players are not going to be doing the right things. On a good day, Garnacho might make the right passes.
So I can't talk about Hojlund shooting the ball until I go sign prime Lionel Messi to play in the 10.
No, because I feel like there's no, but listen to what I'm saying.
Not correlated.
No, listen to what I'm saying. No, but Saeed, here's what I'm saying. I'm going to say one more thing. One problem we have, our build-up play is good, but we're crap in the final third. Yeah, there's problems more important than the fact that Hojlund should have taken that one shot that time. That's leading to the fact that he's not getting enough chances anyway. That's my whole point. Go on, Wassim. I know. Maybe Wassim can explain it better. Wassim, you explain it, because maybe.
Rhino, I have a question. Did you see?
Don't blame Wassim for that, bro. That's your mess.
He agrees with me. Is my whole point. So maybe he can articulate it in a better way that you guys can understand what I mean.
I have a question. Did you see Isak's goal against Liverpool?
Yes. Big question.
Did you see Isak's goal against Liverpool?
No.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Go watch it, please.
Go watch that goal again right now.
That's a striker when maybe the circumstances aren't at the best, but you take the game by the scruff of their neck and you do something about it.
But Hojlund can't be this bench player that we expected him to be. Then all of a sudden, he now needs to take the scruff of the neck of the team.
We didn't employ him, brother. I'm going to be real with you.
When the team is struggling, you have to be able to take by the
it's
game.
not about defending him. It's about us having the same. It's not about it.
I'm sorry. It's not about that.
And that's what you want to know. It's not about that, bro. My emotions are not in this. I don't care if he gets sold next week. My whole point is, we need to aim our focus on the actual main reason why our attack is poor. And then when he lets us down on a point that makes more sense, then we can get onto him. There's more bigger. Wassim, take it over. Wassim, let Wassim speak. That's it.
We've done the whole show. We spoke about Garnacho, and you've been telling us to give Garnacho time. We've spoken about other players.
I didn't say give him time. I said that he shouldn't be playing any games anyway. So we're moaning at somebody that shouldn't be on, and then when he's on, why are we getting angry at the same thing? Imagine me knowing that every time. Wait, Staffy, if I go to a club, Staffy, if I go to a club right now and I bring my brethren that always gets into fights, when I get into a fight every time we go to the club, I'm not going to start moaning about it every day. I'm going to stop bringing him to the club. So until Garnacho gets benched, bro, it's too much energy, bro.
Yeah, but when we talk about Garnacho getting benched, you tell us that, back in the day, we used to judge players when they're a certain age.
He shouldn't be playing. He shouldn't be playing, is what I said.
Free for everyone,
and then we're sticking up for Anthony, who's been dog. Like, I know what I mean. There's no consistency in how we're talking. Wassim, I beg you to say what you're going to say. And let me
by the way,
anyone's going to talk, bro. You're going to call me the N-word.
Like, come on, people.
You lot are misconstruing what I mean. You don't get my direction.
I'm going to leave.
Yo, guys, no, any xenophobic comments, anything like that, guys. We're not doing all of that.
What? Someone saying so? Just ignore
don't.
Yeah, nah, man, guys. People in the chat, none of that. We're having a debate. We're not taking it personal. So please stick to this any comments like this, guys. We're gonna remove them. Absolutely not. There's a couple of super chat before we go to you. Wassim says, big up the panel. Ryan was absolutely brilliant and took away a lot of chances that could have been goals. A lot of opportunity fell Arsenal's way as well. We have to look better. Big up Amdi Samurai. Allow it, Saeed. Going to get worse before it gets better. It's a long, painful surgery. Man up is what Creflon Don is saying. Wassim, chat to us, man. What are you saying? Are you gonna help out Rhino, or are you gonna go against him? What are you saying?
I actually understand what Rhino's trying to say. He's basically saying there's a lot of nuance in football. That's all he's saying. So there's a lot of details in football. So objectively, if we go back to our overall squad quality, I think we're probably squad quality wise, we're probably about 6th or 7th. that's with our squad quality, maybe optimum. Maybe optimum, you can maybe scrape 5th and 4th, but generally 6th, 7th squad quality. What Rhino's getting annoyed is because weeks ago, or I think Rhino, your maybe issue, or you're delving too much into people's emotional opinions, because that's what social media is like. If you want to grow on social media, it's one of the best ways to grow. You either go really high or really low. You have to pick a side. But so you shouldn't draw too much into those people's opinions.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just in that mode today, but yeah, go on. Yeah, you're right though. You're right.
And I think like the people on this panel generally, I think they all I think the football knowledge is generally very, very good, and I also think their opinions. And I also think their opinions over time, they are detailed. I think
100%.
generally the squad, from objective standpoint, I think we do need to improve the quality, because we've seen certain players for quite a while. We can draw. We know that Rashford, even if he plays a left hand or right hand, and part of his role is to track back or cut passing lanes, we know he hasn't even got the legs for that anymore. Like we can make those objective conclusions. But Rhino's got a point that some players in this system, they need a larger sample size before you write them off too early. So that's what he's trying to say with Hojlund.
Who wrote Hojlund up? And I feel like this is, I get what Rhino's been saying, but no one wrote him off. It's factually proven that as much as the support cast around you is not that good, it doesn't mean that you can't improve on individual things. Meanwhile, you can also look at your 10s as an example, since that's what
you lot are saying.
Like, you know what? Eventually, we need to get better
than Hojlund.
You
guys said that, bro.
No. See, you guys are misunderstanding what I'm saying. I said Xerxes looks to shoot more than Hojlund, and you know what? That's a factual statistical statement, because Xerxes averages more shots per 90 than Hojlund.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
but that doesn't mean that. But okay, then it's
now we don't start though, yeah, Greg.
So yeah,
the passing will back the licks. Just saying.
For me, with stats, I look at stats for different.
You can demand though someone to do that, though, can't you? Sure,
100%.
For me, that's a whole different discussion right there. I think that because the Victor Lindelof passing statistically looks amazing, but when you watch him play, you look at him like, yo, what the hell are you doing? Stuff like that. When I'm looking at strikers, I'm looking at Xerxes and Hojlund. With Hojlund, and it's not even just the stats. It's one with my own two eyes. When I see Hojlund, I see a guy that looks like he's afraid to shoot sometimes.
I think that's bad form though, because when he went through his run of goals, as much as even people agreed it was a purple patch, you wouldn't think this. You wouldn't have said he's scared.
No. How many shots was he averaging during those times? Because he was still scoring.
But he had one of the best conversion rates in the league still. So he knew when to shoot. He's not shooting aimlessly.
And that's my issue. No, Rhino, get what I'm trying to get? Griggs, we have a guy, Rhino, 1 second. We have a guy that has a crazy conversion rate, but he doesn't want to shoot the ball. That's what my issue with him is. If he's so good at shooting, do it more.
Griggs is speaking facts.
That's true. That's true. But I feel like
he's worried about his conversion.
I feel like it's bad form. I think it's bad form. I don't think his attribute is gone. I just think it's bad form.
Rhino, explain to me why we have Garnacho, who does not have half the shooting ability that Hojlund has. I see him shooting from the tightest and the stupidest angles every game, while Hojlund, as we mentioned in a couple instances, he creates the space to himself. And he's afraid to shoot, and he would lay off the ball instead. These are the things, because that's why when you say, oh, but we're not focusing on the right thing, I never denied the other things. We actually spoke about it. We've been here for almost 2 hours. We spoke about Garnacho. We spoke about Rashford. We spoke about Bruno.
Can I respond to that?
As much as they can be a bad supporting cast, just let me finish, Wallah. Yeah. As bad as they could be as a supporting cast, and I know that we need to improve around him and create more for him, it does not mean that in moments, there's things that you can improve on individually. This is why, Rhino, we look at shit teams. Wolves have been shit this season, okay? But we can look at this team and say, you know what? They have a baller in there in Cunha. You know why? Because he stands out from the rest. It doesn't mean that he has the best support cast. It doesn't mean that he plays in the best team. But he individually has things that he elevated in his game where teams like the top 6 can look at him and be like, you know what? He's a good fish in a shitty pond. Let's take him and put her in a better pond. These are the things that I'm saying. Never once did I sit in the stream and dismiss that our attacking patterns are not bad. That our attacking patterns are bad. Our individual quality in the final third is bad. The individuals need to get. I actually said we need to replace them in the summer. I started the show by telling you we don't need to loan Garnacho. We need to sell Garnacho. We need to sell Rashford, and we need to invest around. I never even said sell Hojlund. And Said will tell you, it's been a while since me and you streamed. This season I've been so quiet about Hojlund. And remember, Said, I told you, I was like, I've been very quiet on Hojlund this season because I've seen personal improvements, but I know that I can't fully judge him until I see better things around him. But that does not dismiss individual criticism, Rhino. If I see him in games making the wrong decisions, I'm going to call it out. If I'm seeing doing little things that I know a striker can improve on, as simple as shooting, as simple as releasing the ball a little bit quicker, because the Arsenal game, remember Griggs, we watched the guy, I was like, you know what? He holds on to the ball too much. These are little things that I know he doesn't need a better support cast to improve on. So why can't I not call
I remember said it after the Bodo Glint game. He said
he actually said it. He said he holds on to the ball too long.
So
the man actually agrees with it.
But Saeed, I'm not even disputing that. But my thing is, I feel like when we talk about the fact he needs to shoot more, I feel like we say it like it's always been his problem. We need to figure out why it stopped. Because before he was shooting before. He was shooting a lot more before, so why has he stopped now?
Where was he shooting a lot before? Where was she shooting a lot before? Where was she shooting a lot before?
He was more selfish. He was more of a selfish player before. And now he's probably overthinking. Now he's passing the ball more.
I don't think Hojlund has ever been a selfish player. I think he's always been more selfless than he needs to be. That's my criticism of him. That's what I talk about the profile. Xerxes, if Xerxes decided to pass instead of shoot, I'd understand. The guy called himself a 9.5 for God's sakes. Hojlund, bro, you have your profile is to be a killer. Look at Enquiries, for example. That's a killer. You are the same profile as him. Shoot the ball. I don't even care if it's a bat. Maybe it looks like a little bit of a bad shot. But Staffy mentioned Garnacho. I'm not saying you take those type of shots because Garnacho, we're talking about low quality shots. That's a whole nother discussion.
But you still use that as a point, though. For example, still use as a point. That's my point. So it's that.
You know what? When Hojlund was going down the line, right? I think it was like the first 5 minutes of the game, and he decided to stop instead on the left flank instead of just shooting. At that moment, it's like the 3rd minute of the game. Just shoot, test the keeper, give him something to think about. It's those little things. They're little details, and that maybe some people don't want to question and stuff like that. But it's stuff like that when you need to. Not saying he needs to like learn. He just needs to do better at it. Just the little stuff, the big stuff. You talk about the creation around him. Yes, I agree with that. That is another discussion. But like Safi mentioned, there's little things inside the game that you can do that doesn't need that doesn't want anything.
It's not rely on others. Yeah.
Sometimes before you focus on others, you focus on yourself. And Hojlund needs to do some things like releasing the ball quicker, like sometimes getting into the box. And even if it's not the greatest of shooting chances, just shoot. Give the defense something to think about. Otherwise, they're going to look at you like a passenger. Because Saliba, as the game kept going and going, Saliba looked at Hojlund like, bro, you're not going to do anything to me. So why should I worry? As a striker, your job is to impose yourself on the center back. Drogba, for example. That's why everyone loves Drogba. Because whether he was shooting or not, he always made sure the center back had a tough game. He never let him sleep. Hojlund has the ability to do that because of his physical profile. He's tall, he's strong, all that kind of stuff. And he needs to improve on that aspect in terms of being a more physical dominant force. And he can be a dangerous player. That's why I have high hopes for him. That's why I criticize the ones that I have high hopes for. Why am I going to criticize someone I don't expect anything from? That's why I gave up with Anthony, for example. I'm not going to bother talking about him. He's shit. I know he's shit. Nothing to discuss. Hojlund has a future. He's 21. He scored a lot of goals for a kid his age. Now it's about improvement, and we have to look at what he can improve. That way we know, and then we can actually have a proper tactical discussion about him.
Yeah. Before you go on, Saeed, I just want to say, like, sorry, Wasim. Like, I literally just checked the stats, Rhino. Last season, he was averaging 0.9 shots a game. At a decent rate, 55%. So it means more than 55% of his shots actually lands on target. So he's actually decent with it. This season, he's averaging half a shot a game. You know who he's tied with? He's tied with Matthijs de Ligt with shots on target. My center back.
But that's my point. That's what I'm saying. So when man's judging on why it's happening, I don't look at it as I just look at it as an overall thing of this. The whole team's going through something. There's times where just like a month, 2 months ago, a better man got rid of Martinez. Said he's not good for our team. That's now he grew back into form. No, but it's my whole point. Irrelevant to the point. But what my thing is, I get what you are saying. Per game, we need to see what a man can do better. Because at the end of the day, everything has to improve. But I think overall, now that Amorim's in, we're slowly going to see things progress. And if we don't, we don't. Fair play. But I don't want people to think it's just a Rasmus thing, because I do this with a lot of players in different shows. But now when it's Rasmus or
but the problem is though, they're just not good enough. We could,
They're not.
They're not.
Right.
Like,
It's not even a defending Rasmus thing. I think today I just feel like the Arsenal game has made a lot of man get a bit.
This had nothing to do with the Arsenal game. Yeah. Not once did we mention him in the Arsenal game. When we are talking about this, it is not an agenda to say that your shot rate per 90 has dropped by almost a half. You're matching our center back. There's 4 more players. Xerxes, who you're saying also people don't rate, he's shooting 1.3. So the other striker is shooting more than about 0.8 more than you. That is a lot. And these are 2 players that come in and play in the same position. If anything, we see.
But then Staffy, we know Xerxes can get put into positions better. We know that he's better in terms of.
We don't say
that's
that.
a Hojlund issue. That's
yeah.
That is such an individual deficiency that he can work on simply. And I don't want you to think it's an agenda.
I agree with that.
It's not an agenda at all to call it out. Because, by the way, I said, and I was on Saeed's channel when I said this. When people were talking about Enquiries, I said I'm more interested to see first what Amorim is going to do with Hojlund, because Enquiries at 20.
Yeah.
How old is Hojlund right now? 21. I said Enquiries at 21 wasn't as good as Hojlund at 21. We're judging Enquiries at 26, 27. So at 21, no one would have been talking about Enquiries. So I don't know how good Hojlund can be in 26 and 27. So I'd rather wait to see what the manager do with him.
No, I hear that.
These are the little things that he will need to improve on to get to that Enquiries level. And that's not.
But do you know what it is, Staffy? Do you know what it is? I think just to even end this point, I think where my emotions are all coming from in terms of the direction of this conversation, not like I'm thinking emotionally, but in terms of where I'm targeting my focus, I feel like I want to focus more on the team issues rather than what this one player could do better in that situation or what he could have done better. I think I overall just want to feel.
I hear you.
That's where I think it is. I think I just want to think about team problems more than individual
But the structure is reliant upon the quality of the players, though.
But the thing that you're asking Rasmus to do is not team stuff. Shoot better. That's not a team thing. It's not a team criticism. Do you know what I mean?
But it helps the team knowing it. You know what I mean? Because
it does.
Yeah. No. Like Mike, we don't want to talk about them sort of stuff on here, man. But I get your overall point. You know what I mean? But he's saying Hojlund has more bad games than good. You can't coach football IQ. Like Mike, just allow the first bit, bro, because we don't do that. It's too far, man. Too far, man. But yeah. Keep that to Twitter and all of that place there, man. But we'll see. We're gonna say something there. And by the way, we're not far off. 55 likes until we reach 500 likes. 55 of you guys like the video. Go on, what's him?
Thing is, it's basically loads of details, and it's like an overall bigger conversation as well. So it's like that's the bigger picture, but we've just funneled it like that. And some people are having conversations from here to this. And then some people are looking at the overall picture. Some are looking at very minute details, and it's all getting like mixed. It's all getting like mixed and stuff.
Yeah.
I think ultimately Amorim's going to make objective decisions from what he sees, and so forth. Then he's going to make profile decisions. Then he's going to make maybe even characteristic decisions. Then even part of like injuries and how sustainable you are. Those sort of decisions. Then he's going to see if he can rely on this player in terms of his quality and so forth. The point of Rasmus doesn't shoot enough and so forth, that's a valid point. But equally, it's also a valid point that this system, this new system, we haven't seen the fruits of it, and maybe we can't see the fruits of it till the 2 number 10s get improved and so forth. So it's many conversations regarding like same points and so forth. I just feel like it's getting like mixed over and stuff. But I think with Rasmus, I don't think Rasmus is actually one of our main conversations at the moment, to be honest.
Yeah. Matt, you know what it is here, guys? Yeah. I just think overall, like, we just have to understand that it ain't good enough, bro. Yeah, I mean, like, these guys are not good enough, bro. And ultimately, we have to accept that more. Like, there's a lot of players that are gonna have to leave the football club, and we have to understand that, man. Just going on to Forest tomorrow, man. I think it's gonna be a tough game, guys, man. Tomorrow, Forest. I don't know what you guys thinking, but I feel we have to suffer. They're a decent team. They've lost their last 3 away games, though. Or the last 3 games. I think they lost to... No, actually, 3 out of the last 4, I think they've lost.
They lost to Newcastle, or Arsenal, and City, I think.
And then they won Ipswich in the meantime as well. We win tomorrow. We go level on points with them. Right? Yeah. We may actually... No, we're going to be ahead of them. No, we'll go ahead of them.
No, we're on 19, we're on 22, so we beat Liverpool.
No, when I said last week that this game is more
No,
important.
well, goal difference, goal difference.
This is a 6-pointer.
Yeah, I mean level on
Difference
points,
against
obviously.
Nottingham in December.
Bro, this is a
Huh?
6-pointer against
Bro,
Forest.
guys, we got above him. We got above him, man. We got above him. We've got a better goal difference, man.
Tell you
That's
what,
what's helping us.
Mario and Milenkovic at the back though. That's a decent centre back pairing. That's going to be tough to break down. Whoever's
shit,
playing,
we're
whichever
back to
striker is
two,
going to be
innit?
playing.
Because Arsenal beat us 2-0. Shit, man, I forgot about that. That was nice. We were on +4. But yeah, what are you man saying, man? Team wise, let's get the team news. Crate 11 tomorrow, guys. We have to agree, man, on this, man, guys. Yeah, so you lot, not arguments, yeah.
Rhino shake.
Nah, it's all love, man.
I'm not putting Hojlund in.
Wait, after all that though, we didn't hear where Rhino thinks we're going to finish. We didn't hear where
What
Rhino
I was gonna
thinks we're-
say?
Oh no, leave me out of this. Leave me out of this.
Ah, that was
Yeah,
It
man.
sounded like top
no,
four for me.
me personally, I'm kind of conflicted, and I think that's where a lot of my talk's coming from as well. Because there's one part of me that feels like more can be got out of these players somehow, eventually, and there's another part of me that feels like maybe they're gonna let him down. So it's gonna be very interesting. But I think I've got faith that as time goes along, he can probably get us more nearer to the top half than.
All right, come on, give us a number then.
Yeah.
Where you saying?
I'll say fifth or sixth. I'll say fifth or sixth.
3,
Yeah,
4, 2,
fifth or
1 if
sixth,
possible.
yeah. I'm hoping, fifth or sixth.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right, guys. So, is Lenny Yoro gonna start, guys? That's the thing.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Yeah?
He started against Arsenal and he came off.
Did you not?
I don't know.
Did you not hear what he said in the press, Griggs, after
What did he
those?
say?
He said we have to manage everyone's minutes, and he overemphasized Euro. He
Never
said
mind,
Euro
never mind.
twice, like he overemphasized him.
Yeah. He said his one. He's not basically. I think he's the least fit of everybody. I think he basically meant. Yeah.
Because he mentioned all the players that came back, and I think he said
The
he's
Euro especially. I remember
Euro
that. Yeah.
Mazur right center back it is.
Mazraoui.
Yeah.
But it's
Griggs
interesting
doesn't pay
now.
attention to Amorim, bro.
I think
Bro,
delete
I've been working 12 hours.
Maguire.
Allow me, bro. People have work.
Hey,
That's gonna be
7-minute
interesting.
7-minute videos is not that long, Griggs. Just watch his video.
I don't take lunch, bro. It's retail season.
I think
What
it
we
would be
saying
Delete
though?
Martinez.
That's what I was gonna say. This is the interesting part because Griggs did his whole Maguire talk. So what's
That he'll
everyone
be a
saying?
bench.
Maguire
He's a bench player.
or Delete?
No, I think Delict. I don't think he wanted to play
I
Maguire.
think the league starts tomorrow because Maguire played 45.
Oh, this is Saeed. Is
Maguire
this what
played
we
60
think?
last game.
Saeed, is this what we think based on what we know Amorim's trying to do in terms of rotation, or is it what we want?
A bit of both.
A bit of both.
Bit of both.
I'm fine with
Yeah,
Delete
yeah.
back tomorrow. Because we also play Thursday against Victoria Pleasant. I think Maguire's going to start.
Oh, what
him on
time
the-
kickoff's that, by the way?
Nah, man.
5:45
I
your
thought
time.
you said
5:45. Come on, guys.
Rather
Early wrap up and that. Love that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Martinez.
But yeah, Lisandro. Yeah, okay.
I think Ahmad right back.
Oh, that's
I mean right wing back.
Yeah, Thursday. Yeah. Well, how are they doing? Well, are they doing well, Victoria Pilsen in the Europa League? Yeah.
No idea.
Must win anyway. Must win, and it's all the way in. Is it in Croatia or something like that? But yeah, Czech Republic. Yeah, we have to. Yeah, man. Okay.
Ahmad
two in
right wing
midfield.
back. Ahmad right wing back. Or we're
Yeah,
going
we
to
might as well lock that in straight away. Ahmad Diallo. Right. Two centre midfielders. For me, I'm not really liking Bruno in there, man. I said I liked him, then I'm like, nah, man. It just doesn't. Maybe this sort of team might have a lot of ball, but they're gonna have a lot of physicality, you know. Morgan Gibbs White. They'll have my man in there. What's their team? I forgot.
Yates and Dominguez.
It's gonna be a lot of physicality, you know, man. I'm not sure if we can play.
I'd go.
I'm going maybe with
Manu
Casemiro and Ugarte, for this one, you know.
You can't.
He's not starting Ugarte.
You can't do
He
that.
mentioned
Well,
that
I'd like
he
to
would-
Ugarte.
Manu.
Manu. That'd be the one.
I think-
Manu,
I wanna
are
see
you
Ugarte
man all
win
right
it
with
for the
Manu, man?
I want to see
Casemiro
Ugarte
win
win for the first time. I want to see.
Saeed, one game, man. One game.
Bro, Manu, I don't
He's
think
been out for a minute.
with them.
Nah, yeah, been out for a little while. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. The issue with Manu last Saturday was not him. It was who his partner next to him was.
So
Casemiro
Manu or
that
Ugarte
game,
then?
Spooky.
Manu Ugarte.
He's gonna be. No, I don't think he's starting Ugarte. He mentioned how
What?
Manu Casemiro. I think it's gonna be Manu
Yeah, he's
Casemiro.
starting Ugarte.
I promise you, bro. I promise you. Tomorrow when the lineup comes out, bro, I'll text you. Casemiro's starting this game.
Yeah, because he didn't start the
So
last one.
Manu
innit?
Casemiro again.
Yeah, Manu
Bro,
Casemiro.
you
that's what I
guys
said.
think I'm joking when I'm talking? I've been studying Amorim, bro. You'll see.
Nah, I
today.
can see it. I see it.
I agree with Staffy. I agree.
I agree.
Socrates quotes like he's
Whoever didn't start, except for maybe Bruno, is gonna start now in this
He
game.
literally said in his press, bro, today that when he spoke about managing minutes, he said he has to learn the recovery of his players. He said Bruno and Ugarte, as an example, both of them played today 90 minutes, and both of them looked exhausted. But he was like, Bruno will be fit for the next game, whereas Ugarte, that I've known him for longer, he's gonna need a little bit more time. Those words are enough for me to assume that he's either going to play him less minutes or he's going to start Casemiro over.
And that's why he's going to even play Bruno a lot more.
And that's why Bruno's going to
has
start.
better. Yeah.
There's a reason why he mentioned one recovers quicker than the other.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I
think.
And
by the way, if he doesn't play Casemiro 2 games in a row for you guys, listen, I lost the battle, I won the war. But it is
No, I think for me, when I look at this here, like, I don't know what Wasim thinks, but is that our most kind of best midfield 2 that we can get? Our best midfield 2? Do you reckon, guys?
What now, or you mean what right now?
This is, for general, like right now,
I don't know, because I'm still getting used to this system, because I used to love Casemiro and Manu before in the last system. I liked that, but I don't know. And then obviously towards the end, it became Ugarte and Casemiro in the 4-4-2. But I don't know, man. I'm still learning the system.
Honor to anyone here, Rhino, in this setup.
Yeah, this system.
He's not good on the build-up. He's not
I'm
good
still
on
understanding the system, Staffy, as well. So that's what it is for him. But go on,
The thing is, in this double pivot, Casemiro doesn't have the build-up in that first phase that Manu can give you, and he doesn't give you the legs that Ugarte gives you. So it's like he's not good at either one. And this is why he kind of struggles to put him in.
Saeed, Staffy, I said this on the show. I said that Casemiro's not good for the build-up. Everyone got on to me. Saeed, you remember that?
They've been getting on to me for 2 years for this. I've been saying he's shit in the build-up for 2 years. But then he scores a goal and they say, we told you so. What does a goal have to do with the build-up?
Listen, allow the agendas, man. Listen, let's keep it moving.
It's true.
Let's move on to the left wing back role. It's gonna be Dello. You man rate Dello? Like, I'm not. You know what's
I'd
wrong?
like to see Malacia.
Yeah, you reckon he starts him 2 games in a row? Ash.
Yeah, he won't start him.
Yeah, no, I don't think he would. I mean, he had a half, but the lower half as well, didn't he? So.
Yeah, but that was
like Superman. The guy just plays 90 minutes every
way
day.
people have
Delo's been playing poor, though, hasn't he?
Everyone's turned on Delo, man. I can't lie to you. A lot of people have turned on Delo, you know.
No, I'll never turn on him. He deserves
a lot of people have.
A lot of people have, you know, man.
You're right, Saeed. Trust me.
I'm telling you.
Bro, this week, Real Madrid rumored that they want to sign him, but I'm meant to believe people that he's shit. Okay, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Trust me. A lot of people
he's been poor of late.
You say you're tired of the Portuguese.
He's been poor and he deserves to be criticized. But to say he's shit, bro, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
We talk about availability being the best ability all the time when we slander Shaw, but look at Dello. He's always available.
Always available. Never injured. Hardly injured.
Yeah. People don't
and he's been consistent prior to recent form.
Yeah.
I think Xerxes going to start in this game. You know,
I want Xerxes starting, man. That was our best performance, man, of the season.
I think he goes with the same front 3 that he won against Everton.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Go back to
I think Bruno, Rashford, Xerxes.
Yeah. And they didn't start in the Arsenal game, so that even makes sense.
Obviously, Bruno didn't play that.
You guys think Amorim would ever go to like a 3-5-2?
I think
I thought about it before, and I don't know. I don't think so. I think he appreciates his midfielders.
It doesn't much change, to be honest. It's just one of the.
I look at like someone like Manu, for example. Like I think a 3-5-2 would benefit him more.
Yeah, it would.
Have an extra midfielder, and like obviously this would be bad for Ahmad, but he's been so good at right wing back or right mid, whatever you want to call it. Like he could do a job out there. If you get a flying left wing back or left mid, like there's ways to work around it. But I do think he does like his tens. So like obviously, but I think we're looking at something like Manu because I think what he mentioned the last week. With Manu, as talented as he is and stuff like that, I think in this system, there might be some like hindrances with him specifically that you might see United really, that left center mid, I think what he mentioned earlier, United are going to have to really prioritize that because even though I'm one of Manu's biggest fans, I do think in a 2, you do limit him and you do see a lot. It does emphasize his weaknesses more than his strengths at times because he has to be more out of possession really good. And as talented he is on the ball, out of possession. He's very smart out of possession. He doesn't
Just
always
not
have
the
the
legs.
legs. He doesn't
It's
have
the
the
leg.
legs.
Yeah.
So it's very tricky.
A human striker would actually
Bruno
be
would
good.
be on the left side.
A different dynamic in it, and it's sometimes good when you watch two strikers play with each other as well, like Xerxes dropping off, Hojlund running behind, and so forth. And it's a bit of that link up. It's somewhat different in it.
Yeah, I'm just tweeting that the lineup there. See what everyone thinks.
Twitter hype.
Let's see, man. Let's see. But I think for me, that's probably gonna be the formation tomorrow. And you know what? I like Xerxes as well in that role as well, because you know what it is, yeah. At least then he could just be a decoy for others, innit? You know what I mean? And facilitate for others. You know, and then everyone else maybe becomes a little bit better. So maybe with Hojlund, he don't
Amorim
make
said
everyone
that.
around him
Amorim
better.
said that. Amorim said that. He said that about Xerxes. How he prefers him he sees him as a false nine.
Right now we need that though. We need facilitators.
Yeah.
We need
I think
facilitators.
you mentioned the two center backs, right? You mentioned Murillo, you mentioned Milenkovic, right? That's when you play Xerxes, because he's the type of striker that's going to move around and drag them out of the space. Hojlund's going to try to go battle against a 6'5" Serbian. Who's winning that battle? Let's be real. It's going to be the 6'5" Serbian.
Better against a high line, yeah.
Go bully him.
Xerxes unpicks the defense. Yeah, you're right.
You play Hojlund against like a Bodo Glint center backs, those kind of guys, because those guys want to play ball. We saw the way that they try to pass out the back and stuff like that. That's when you play Hojlund, because he can pounce. So it's a matchup thing. And that's a good thing about having two strikers. You pick up your matchups and you pick which one fits better.
And there might be games you play both of them.
It could be games you play both of them.
Inshallah soon, man. We're gonna get Bruno out soon, man. That's the main thing.
Unfortunately, Mason Mount wants to do Casper the Ghost gimmick, so Bruno has a
Oh yeah, Mason Mount. Yeah, man, it's actually, you know what? Mason Mount actually is not good at anything, guys, apart from running around. I've deeped it.
I think his link-up play is good. I
think his link play is good. It's just when you play that 10, you need someone, again, the genius.
You need a genius, bro.
Yeah.
You need a genius.
He's good coaching on the bench, doing his little movements and stuff, getting the players to move.
Mason Mount has a high IQ. It's just
high IQ.
I think
Additional IQ.
Oh, man.
He's an intelligent player, Said. I'm gonna be honest. I think the last game he struggled.
Please, Chris, are you serious?
Players, please tell me who you think is more intelligent.
By the way,
hold on a minute. Define high IQ, please. I want to know.
IQ in terms of movement, when to link play, on like that stuff like that. The intelligence is very high. He just can't do certain things. He can't do a killer pass. But that's not part of football IQ. Football IQ is the reading of the game. I think Mason Mount can read the game very well. He knows when to press. He knows when to play with his back to goal to draw a foul and stuff like that. He can do that very well, but that's a limit to his game. That's pretty much where his game is limited to. And at the end of the day, in a team that's struggling this much attacking wise, that number 10 spot, it's just not enough.
It doesn't do enough on the ball.
Go on, Wasim.
It doesn't do enough on the ball. Off the ball,
yeah, brilliant, cool.
I think off the ball, he views the game well. He knows when to drop into midfield, form a three. He knows certain angles to run, so they pass it out to the left back instead of into midfield. He knows what positions to pick up and so forth in that sense. But because that position requires a lot of on the ball quality as well, he basically lacks it. You need more speed on the ball. You need more directness. You didn't need a bit. His link up play is okay, but it's not quick 1-2s and it's not sharp enough. And he don't give enough goal threat as well in terms of numbers, goals and assists.
Yeah, he's not the best thing at all. But to be fair, like that Bodo Glimt game and the Arsenal game, there's a few times I know where he makes the right decision, and he just doesn't have. He's one of those as well that he needs someone a little bit better than him around him. So it's like as few times I would see him lay off the ball, make a run into the space or drop into the pocket, and he just doesn't get the ball. And that Bodo Glimt game was so evidential with Anthony. Anthony was not feeding him the ball at all in that first half. And last game, there's a few times, in the few limited times where we got in the final third, he'd play the ball to either Garnacho or Hojlund. And I'm not going to lie to you, bro. It's not that they don't even pass it back to him. They just completely look the other way. And I'm like, that just shows me how stupid these guys are. Like, they get the ball and they're in the most creative positions and they don't even know what creativity is. Like, you don't even, the idea of a give and go doesn't even exist for them. So I'll be honest, I'll never expect them to thrive in something.
Like Mason Mount in preseason, right? Why do people gas up Mason Mount in preseason, right? Who do you have play next to him? Amad Diallo. Who's the highest IQ player at Manchester United? Probably Amad Diallo in the final third. He needs players around him that aren't, I'm not saying the same wavelength, but understand what he wants to do. like Staffy mentioned, Hojlund and Garnacho don't know what to do. Anthony, God forbid, he knows what to do.
If he's playing with Ahmad and Zirks as an example, he'd
even though you would expect Anthony to know what to do, considering he came from Ajax. Theoretically, you would expect him to know what to do, but unfortunately, he doesn't. So it's stuff like that. That's what I meant by high IQ. He's not a great footballer. Like he's limited on the ball, which is his issue. He's just not direct.
If he's high IQ, what do you reckon Jason Park was, guys?
Supreme IQ.
But that's why we got to really use our language. Because at the end of the day, even though I rate
high IQ is not an extreme thing to say, Saeed.
High IQ.
Listen,
I didn't say high football ability.
When I hear high IQ,
I said high football intelligence.
There's plenty of high IQ. I'm looking at a top footballer. You know,
wait, Saeed. Here's the thing. I'd be a hypocrite if I come out here and I don't criticize. If I don't praise Mount for doing the things that I criticize Garnacho for. As an example, I always criticize Garnacho for thinking he's the main guy in the team, not feeding the team around him, not playing to his teammates, holding on to the ball too much. I look at Mount. Mount actually does all the opposite. Like Mount actually doesn't want to hold on to the ball too long. He likes to pass the ball and move right away. He likes to support his teammates by dropping in certain pockets or whatever. He shows to the ball. He does everything that Garnacho's the opposite of. So how can I call both of them shit when they both play completely different? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you're necessarily good on the ball. You're conflating the two.
Yeah, it's just you understand the game. That's literally it. That's you
understand the game.
He's just, bro, I'm not gonna lie. He's just like a supporting cast. He's just a system player.
He's Jordan Henderson. That's all he is.
Yeah, he's just a system player. And in the right system, you wouldn't even be bothered by him. I think if it wasn't the fact that he's from Chelsea and took the number 7 and we paid like 60 million for him, I'm not gonna lie. He's like a 30 million signing. I would have been happy if he was a 30 million signing. Obviously, the injuries as well fucked it up for him. But he's literally the opposite of everything that I complain about. So I can't really say that much about him when he's doing the opposite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm just gonna get you Nottingham Forest's team that played against Manchester City that lost 3-0.
Chris Wood is gonna get a hat trick against us after
it's his birthday tomorrow as well.
Anthony Elanga revenge game.
This is their team that they play with. Hojlund was given was benched, was he? Was he not?
I swear to God, if we concede a corner to James Ward-Prowse, I'm gonna start getting triggered. If I see another set piece, I don't want to see us concede a set piece for 3 months.
It's a strong team, man, guys.
Where's Thingy? Where's what's the other striker that Elanga links up with a lot? What's his name again?
Hojlund. Yeah, he's here.
Not Hojlund.
Awoni.
Yeah.
He's there. He scored at us last season.
He's on the bench. Okay.
He's dead, bro. He's dead. It's Chris.
By the way, that Elliot Anderson kid, the one that they signed from Newcastle, he's a dangerous 10. He's a very high goal scoring type of player. He can he can get a chance. So
he's a good player.
Elanga's gonna want to prove something as well tomorrow.
He plays on the right? Which side is that? So, I mean, that's that's our left side. You know,
that's the left side, man.
He might get some change out of that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's the weak side. If he was on Mazraoui's side, Mazraoui would lock him up. That's light work.
Why is Gibbs White not going to play? They've got no injury issues. I'm hearing. Yeah, I think to Griggs, you said you rate him, innit? Gibbs White.
I think he's a very good transition player.
I think he's a very good player. You know, I think he's a very good player.
But I think in our system, no, I don't think he would work in our system. No.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I think I would want someone a little bit more consistent than him. I think under Ten Hag, I really wanted him because Ten Hag was all about like the running power and stuff like that. And that 10, you needed someone that can play on a half turn and just run and carry the ball. Guess what? Is a sensational ball carrier. And United do need some of that. He's got good qualities, but I do think United can get. I would rather have Mateusz Cunha. If you ask me Mateusz Cunha or Gibbs White, I'm telling you Mateusz Cunha.
Yeah. No Gibbs White apparently.
Are suspended?
It's suspended. Perfect. Let me just check fantasy quickly.
So who do they have in the 10 now?
Elliot Anderson. That's the guy.
Elliot Anderson, yeah.
He's an 8 really, I think. But he plays 10.
He's probably going to play the highest midfielder, though.
Yeah. I'm going to go 2-1 United. Ash, what are you saying?
2-1 sounds safe. We'll concede. Chris Wood set piece. That's destined to happen, isn't it? Concede another set piece.
And let's see how the league goes.
Go on. Yeah.
Griggs is
Yeah,
gonna text you. If you get dunked on again, expect a
Yeah.
text from
Hey,
Griggs.
yo, let me see the get dunked on by Christopher Wood, bro.
Yeah.
Let me find out.
So Chris Wood set piece, and then I know Xerxes to get another double. Do you know what I mean? Because
Come on.
we'll see.
Oh, yo, Gibbs White is not suspended because if football wouldn't have him in the predicted lineup.
There you go. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
I'll go
saying.
too.
No one's suspended. I just checked BBC Preview, and they've got nobody. Only the ones that are not available are Delilo and Sangare.
Yo, let
That's
me
the
not
only
lie.
players.
Yo, by the way, football has the same exact lineup as us.
Swear down.
Square dots on my left, they have the same lineup.
Wait,
as
wait,
us.
wait, wait.
I'm
Show
telling
me,
you, bro.
show me.
Casemiro tomorrow.
They have Casemiro in there. They have Casemiro
See,
in
I'm
there.
telling you, bro.
On my
I'm
left
studying,
hand-
bro. I'm
on my
studying
left hand-
Amorim.
Wait,
Say,
wait,
bro,
wait,
wallahi,
wait,
bro.
where does it
Go
say
football,
that?
but go to predicted
Big up
lineup. It's the
Staffy.
same
Big up
lineup.
Staffy.
If that lineup starts
Oh,
tomorrow,
yeah, they
say
have,
you
they
owe me
have.
biryani when I come to Manchester.
Okay, yeah, you have biryani, yeah.
Staffy's the league.
He'll have a lunch date with Faz.
Staffy, are you sure you never went on football though before this?
Wallahi, bro. Wallahi, I did not. I just listened to everything he says, bro. Like, I've been studying this guy. Wallahi, every
Yeah.
press conference I listen to.
Hey, Staffy, instead of watching Netflix before he goes to bed, he puts on the Amorim press conferences, and that's the last thing he listens to before he knocks out.
Yeah, bro. I go to sleep to Amorim's voice. Hey, yo.
Oh,
Hey, yo, pause.
Hey,
Yo,
yo.
no, to Omar, I said that, okay?
Where's Omar?
Hey, yo, man. That
Hey,
was a
ring Omar right
brother.
now.
That was dark. That was dark.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
It's been a while. It's been a while.
To be fair, also, one of the reasons that I think it's Casemiro, I think they have good aerial threat. And I mean, Ash just mentioned it with
Yes.
Muriello, and they're good on set pieces. They're like baby Arsenal. So I feel like
There you go, look.
he's going to try to use Casemiro for this game.
Remember United when we was about to get Sangare? United fans were hyping up Sangare, man. Remember? Sangare hype, man. I'm telling you. But yeah, Ash, you gone for? What did you say you gone for, Ash?
Yeah, I'll go for a similar 2-1. I'll go for a similar 2-1.
2-1, yeah.
I can't see scoring more than 2. I think we'll probably concede early as well from a set piece, just to get us wobbled a little bit, and then we go and win the game. Remember the game? Was it last season with the mistakes from Onana?
Yeah.
Oh, don't remind me.
Don't remind me of that game. That was so bad. Bro, we're down 2-0 in 5 minutes.
Yeah, 2-0 in 5 minutes. Yeah, it was rough.
Isn't that when McTominay scored a brace?
Nah, that was Brentford, bro.
Did we lose that game or did we win? I don't even
we won
remember.
the 3-2.
No, we won 3-2.
Yeah, we won 3-2. It was a penalty. We got a penalty late. Bruno got a penalty late.
I do not remember that game after the 2.
You're thinking of the Brentford game where McTominay came on late.
To be fair, we used to concede a lot early last season.
I'm not gonna lie, that Forest game last year, we actually cooked them the whole game. We just went down 2-0, and then we for 90
I know, we
75
cooked them.
minutes, we just kept cooking.
One of our better games, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, they had a man sent off though, if you remember. So I mean, it did help.
Yeah, some of the things. So yeah.
Yeah. Staffy, what are you going for?
1-0 United.
1-0. Okay.
Yeah. I
what
decided for the rest of the season, I'm not predicting anything more than 2. We just don't score goals.
Yeah. What are you saying?
I'm going 2-0.
2-0, yeah. What are you going for? Rhino.
2-0, maybe 2-1. I'm kind of conflicted between that. 2-1.
Yeah.
2-1. Yeah.
Griggs, what are you saying?
I just look at their left back, Alejandro Moreno, 3-0 United. I'm at 3GA. That's what we're doing.
I'm a 3GA. Yeah, go to bed, Griggs.
He had 3GA last week. I can't predict it again.
Yeah.
So he's going to 3GA every week now.
Griggs hype.
Bro,
Yeah.
Look at Safi hitting on our best player, bro. See, I can't be. Oh, see, I thought Senor Amorim told you plans.
I'm just bro, and he didn't tell me that we're scoring 3 goals tomorrow. So
he told me. How about this? You have Senor Amorim calling you up. I have Alma calling me up. So he give me the contact, bro. It's chill. Alma told me he's getting 3 games.
Say no more. Yeah.
Hey, guys, quick question. Yeah, if we lose a game like this, yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no! Don't.
Oh no!
That's not.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. The Rhino today is moving like 50 Cent, bro. All these questions, 21
Rhino,
questions.
allow it, man. Allow it.
No, wait,
Give it
no,
a rest.
Saeed, I've got a good question. It's a very good question because we're talking about the pain.
We don't think.
So
it's a good
okay, no, wait, no, listen, God, man, United fan, listen. I don't want to lose, but what I'm saying is, when we say we expect storms and we expect ups and downs or whatever. Where do you guys expect the downs game? Do you just expect it from the top teams?
We just had the down, Rhino. We're on an up now. We just had
That's
the down.
what I'm saying. Do you expect it? Do you only expect it from the top teams, or do you expect us to have Do you expect us to have
Tomorrow is
slip-ups against like
Manchester.
teams that we shouldn't be losing against? That's what I'm
I'll tell you
asking.
right now. Wednesday was cloudy in London. Tomorrow's gonna be sunny in Manchester. Next Sunday, when we stay in Manchester, we just have to go across the area to Manchester City.
Cloudy again.
It's gonna get cloudy again. The rain's gonna start happening, and then it'll get sunny again. Don't worry, bro.
Basically, away games we're going to struggle pretty much
Home
all
games
of
we're
them.
chilling. It's as simple
Home
as that.
games against the bottom 12, we're going to be fine.
Okay, yeah.
It's a good time to face Forest as well, I know.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that question. I like, where do we expect like our little drop-offs to be?
Yeah, like
That's
I'll be
what I
honest
meant.
with you.
Thursday,
If this game was before international break, I'll be a little bit more worried because they were in good form. But I think their form has dropped since. Like they started the season well, but the correction is happening now. They're going back to type.
And also, Amorim's also learning more and more, so we should expect to be better. You know,
Exactly.
yeah.
I think it's going to be a similar game to Arsenal in the way that they play because I think they have a lot of physical players.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't think we're going to lose to Arsenal and then lose to baby Arsenal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There you go, man. Listen, people, what a show, man. Good show. Not even 500 likes yet, and Suj is not happy. Sartre Suj says, "Come on, man. How is Saeed not even on 800 likes? These late night content deserve better than this panel show, y'all, for the content, guys. 13 likes away. Sorry,
you guys are moving. You guys are
So
moving.
they're too busy fighting me instead of liking the video.
Exactly, man.
You know
Guys,
what? Rhino didn't ask them enough questions for them to like the video. Rhino, you need to ask them about another 5 to 10.
Nah, they're moving.
Bro,
like
I felt like I was
man.
on a
They
job
need to
interview,
score,
bro.
man.
All these questions.
They need to take some shots, man. Press the like button, man.
Where do you see
Take
yourself
that
in 5
mouse.
years?
come on, people. Literally 500 likes. Come on, man. It's crazy.
I swear, bro. So
And
many
I can
questions.
even add heating on the title as well. That's even better, man. So shout out to everyone who's here, guys. Make sure you follow up everyone's channels, though, man. We are gonna be doing the game tomorrow. There won't be any watch along tomorrow, people, man, because I'm going to the funeral of Abdullah, so there won't be any watch alongs. Yeah, sad, man. So
I watched him a few times on I think it was Pedrick or something.
Yeah.
So random, man. Sad, man. Like it's life,
sad.
Man.
I know, man. But yeah,
condolences to his family and
definitely, man. Definitely, man. So yeah, man. I'll be attending the funeral tomorrow, so there won't be any Liverpool watch along. But big up to Ash, man. Thanks for coming on, bro.
No, pleasure as always. So always fun chatting with the boys and the chat. And yeah, hopefully we get a win tomorrow and see where we're at. Follow me, Ash Meppers everywhere, and yeah, we got it.
Yeah, absolutely. Big up Staffy, man. Come on.
Nah, big up Saeed. Big up the chat. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. No watch along for Saeed, but you can tune into my watching. You already know that. Saeed on game days. Listen, when he's not there, you can come here. Second home. So
definitely make sure you do that. 100%, man. 100%. And Wasim, big up to you.
Yeah, big up. Nice having me on. Follow me on YouTube if you want. I do post-match analysis. Just had an issue on my last one because technical issues, but post-match analysis, post every game, bit different from the content you normally see online. So if you're interested in that stuff, jump on. And yeah, big up rest of the boys. Rhino, any questions?
Rhino, big up, man. Rhino, you need to be
mad. Are you mad because I'm asking you 21 questions? You want to start rapping 50 Cent bars with the tripod?
That's what I'm saying, bro. I felt like I was on an interview. Bro, listen, Rhino said he's busy. I thought he was doing well with the rap business. Apparently, bro, he's Hojlund Defense League.
Rhino stole my degree, bro. Rhino's a journalist now, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, he's Hojlund's lawyer now. So
nah, do you know? I have some shows like this where I feel like I'm maybe doing up Saeed co-host. I'm just entertaining certain questions, just having a
I rate it.
I want to see where you guys' thought process is at sometimes. So that's where I was in that one of those moods still. But now, big up the man, as always, man. You feel me? It's all love. Listen, you lot don't get into no one on this panel because I'm a mod, I'll be blocking all you guys. Don't let me get trigger happy. Something that Hojlund's not, you know what I mean? So
there you go.
Anyway. But yeah, big up the chat as always, man. It's always a pleasure to be, amongst these great podcasters, talkers, speakers, and all of that. You don't need to be smashing the likes though, man. Yeah, man. Stay tuned to the music thing, man. We got some things loading, man. There's a lot happening, man. There's a lot has happened since Saeed put up that little clip. Life is a bit different now, but yeah. So thank God anyway. And yeah, just big up everyone as always, man. And let's hope for a win tomorrow, guys. Let's see some Amorim ball. You feel me? Ready, man.
Yeah.
Ready.
Facts. And big up to Griggs. Griggs hype. We tell him.
Big up Saeed as always. Big up Ash. Lovely debate as always. Staffy hype. I speak to you every day. It's enough. Big up Wasim, obviously. Tactical. Wasim, I'm gonna tune in tomorrow. I'm expecting the tactical analysis. That's what I'm expecting now. The tactical.
Cool.
Big up Rhino Spectre, Mr. Lawyer over here. Watch shoots before the video, before the shit even happened. And yeah, Griggs talk, so I can find me over there. I will not be doing the watch along with Staffy tomorrow. I know I've been doing watch along with him, but I'm at work tomorrow, so I'm not even gonna watch the game. So I expect
you're
to
bad
feel
luck anyways.
Give it up.
There you go, guys. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. We're gonna someone suggested about the game. It might be, you never know. The winds are moving mad. There's a storm here.
There's actually a storm.
No, it's
Manchester. We do, Sean. We don't cancel games. Come on, side. When do we cancel games? Manchester.
This is where the real men rise. This is where the real men rise.
Exactly. I think we'll be all right. But match reaction tomorrow after the game, guys. I'll see you around about, when does the game finish? 7:30. Match reaction, and then we'll have a debate show in the evening, or like a late vibe
if we lose,
show.
Don't text me, please. I've had enough.
Nah, that's it. Exactly. There you go.
Debate show, no.
Stuffy hype. Yeah, there you go. Guys, we're going to redirect to Flawless. I think Flawless is still live, man. That guy don't sleep, man. So shout out to Flawless. I think he's having a show about Tottenham. So yeah, man, I think your boys on there stuff.
They're in meltdown at the moment, aren't they?
Oh shit, if Jacob is there, everyone go there and say Angel. It's gonna piss him off.
Angel. Yeah.
Everyone spam Angel. I'm gonna do it right now.
Speaking of lawyers, that's Angel's lawyer right there.
Bro, you know what he said? He said Ange deserves to leave Spurs because he's too good for Spurs. So go say Angel.
Go over to Florence's channel, guys. Spam his chat and out. We'll see you there.